So won't you leave me where I lay? And we can't go back the way we came. You join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. There's a price on my head. I've been running for 2 years. Clearly I should be dead. It's a wonder that I'm here. I hide up underneath the cloud. And when we're lying in bed, sometimes I choke on my own tears. I'm not worth my weight in lead, and you're the queen of the reindeer. I could just sit for hours to watch you twirling on your axis amid the tubas and the saxes. So won't you wake me where I lay? And we won't go back the way we came. But join me as I leave the frame, because we can't go back there. No, we won't go back there. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'm an ass, and I light things on fire. It's usually 'cause I'm hot, or I'm hungry, or I'm tired. But anytime I look into your eyes, well, I'm suddenly twice the size. Oh. I think you're full of, I think I'm full of shit. Oh, we're so full of, yeah, we're so full of. I think I'm full of, I think you're full of, I think we're full of shit. Put the guitar up a little bit. I think you're full of shit. I think I'm full of shit too. Don't see a problem with it. It's same with everyone I know. Everyone needs a blanket. And I've been watching you cheat. I've been watching you take showers. I've been watching you rain.
Welcome everyone to So Very Wrong About Streaming. I am going to be your host today, Michael Walker. I'm here with Jimbo, Megan, and Keegan, and we are playing The Lands of Galzyr. And it looks like this. Everyone say hello.
Hello. Hello.
And here it is, like so. All right, there's dice. There's not these giant dice on the table. Like, oh, pick that up. No, they're not actually there. All right, I have these up on the thing because one, I forgot to make them disappear, and two, this is the main mechanism and or hook of this game. So we're going to be doing a lot of skill checks. It's in a little adventure game. We're playing anthropomorphic animals. going around trying to complete quests and such. And we're going to be rolling lots of skill checks. So every skill check is based around 5 black dice. But there are 6 different skills. And on our boards, you can see here on my board that's still visible, there are 6 different skills, and they're in this layout here. So let's just say we're doing this. Oh, we forgot to look. I'm actually going to use the. Are they listed on the back there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. There. Thievery. This is thievery type skill at the top here. So let's pretend I'm doing a thievery type skill. I have 1 skill point at that, so it starts with 5 dice, and because I have 1 skill point, I can replace one of these 5 dice with a thievery die. Then if you have skills on either side, you can replace more dice. So now I can replace 1 more black die with an orange die because I have 1 in orange. And then I'm going to roll these 5 dice, and I'm looking for the thievery symbol. And then we're allowed to have 1 complete re-roll if we want it. No saving dice, just re-roll. So I got 1 for the first one, and the second one I got 2. We'll input the app. There's going to be lots of app stuff, and the app will look like this on your screen. If I remember to bring it up for people, it will look like that.
Settling in. Oh no.
And that's that. I've done a lot of. Frank says hello to everyone.
Hello, Frank.
We've done some setup. No, wrong one, Mike. I'm going to do that a lot. I can guarantee you. We have done setup. I've rolled a die. It says we're starting in September. So we're on the winter side of the map. We've got 3 predetermined quests here, which are marked on the map so we know where they are. We have decided that Megan is the first player. As you can see, the app has told us that it is Tuesday. And that is that. It is, the game wants it to be sort of a legacy type game, regardless of how you play. So it wants you to put your character back as is, and you just keep playing that same character as you go along. We're allowed to have 3 items. It does tell you how to save it and how to completely reset it if you wish. If anyone at home has any questions, type them out. I think everyone here is ready to go. On our turns, we're allowed to move 2 spaces. All of these towns are all 1 space, and then you move along a path. And then you must do a story element of some type. So if you don't have an item or a follower or something that lets you do a story element, then you have to draw off this deck. And they'll give you sort of funky events. And then we're going to do 5 complete rounds.
Put that right over the floor.
And the turn ends, and the game ends. And that's that. So, none of us start on the board. We all sort of have a starting lineup. So bear with us. I am very concerned about downtime, but we're going to try to get through it.
All right.
So here we go. Boom. And I'm just going to go to this. And what is your number?
0085.
0085. Finally, you've arrived at the beginning of the first page of a great story. You peer down at the outskirts of a town nestled between great mountains like a cradle. It looks unassuming at a glance, but appearances can be deceiving. As once upon a time, a legend was born here. Hurrying along the forest road, you can barely contain yourself as you imagine the adventure ahead. After all, you've dreamed of this since you were a young, frilled lizard. You follow the footsteps of your hero, and you make this story your own. Move the adventurer figure to Chazar. Look at that. There's a quest right there. You can head to the town is your only option.
I will head to the town.
As you approach Chabayar, your frill unfolds and your imagination races. In a flash, you're back sitting in your grandpa's lap, listening to your grandma's lap, listening to her stories. Among those tales of White Fang adventures, and always your favorites, and you heard them over and over, eyes wide in childlike wonder. Now those same stories were coming to life right before your eyes. Rumors say that no one's seen the legendary adventurer in years, decades even. No one knows where he's gone or even what his real name is. But that's about to change, because you've decided to meet your idol in person. You've even brought along the treasure your grandma gave you, your prized possession, that once belonged to White Fang himself. Give random number 100 from the library to the adventurer.
So that is from the 100 category chosen at random?
Yep, there's a bunch of 100s. Just grab one from there.
I have Era of Trade Masters.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 110. I
That is a
didn't
110.
realize.
They're on the weird side.
Sorry.
No, I think I did them right this time.
Yep.
So this is like the random heirloom of White Fangs.
Yeah.
And it is a dolly!
White Fang left shit behind all the time.
There you go.
He left a hatchet behind.
Ooh, good old White Fang's hatchet.
Yeah, he was up in the mountains.
All right, let's just click
Really?
back over here. Everything's working good at this end.
Is White Fang
Good
a red
stuff.
squirrel?
All right, let's go back to this. I hope everything's working well. All right, continue. All right. In the town, you meet a group of eager polecat cubs who join your way to a humble, ordinary farmhouse. It's actually far from ordinary, however, but the local attraction, the childhood home of White Fang. The inside looks like a museum, filled with memorabilia of White Fangs. Many adventurers and visitors examining them, except one area, which looks like to be a bedroom, closed off by a velvet rope at the doorway. Is all of this really related to him? Standing there, you close your eyes and immerse yourself in your hero's legacy and story. Now closer than ever before. When you open your eyes again, the cubs are looking at you, wanting to see why you came here. How should you proceed in this pilgrimage of yours? Investigate the memorabilia, a medium, which is,
So medium perception check.
or sneak into the bedroom, an easy thievery check.
That is a good question. Well, I have no skill in either. But I have better side skill for the medium check, but then I need to roll higher. Do we know?
Yes,
I assume we
I
don't-
think easy is 1 to 2 successes, medium is 3 and 4, and hard is 5 to 6.
Let's do medium. Why not?
All right, so we're doing medium. It'll tell you a thing. Reminder. So it's nice at the beginning. It tells you what you should be rolling. You should be rolling. It knows who you are. So you should be rolling 2 blues and 3 blacks. Best available dice pool. There's also some of the cards might influence. So you look at any cards. I might say you get some stuff.
I'm allowed to discard this one, but not in this. Yeah, I could discard this one in this kind of skill check. In looking or actor face skill checks, you've taken away the reference again.
Investigate.
Investigate. So investigate or performance, I assume, checks.
Book.
Do the book again. Thank you.
No, it'll be the actual word. It'll say.
Yeah. Well, I've got the iconography.
Oh, gotcha.
So I could discard this if I want successes.
Gotcha.
So if I roll terribly, I can always do that.
All right, looking for eyeballs.
I got 2. Oh, 2.
Do you wish to re-roll? Remember, you get 1 re-roll, but you have to re-roll everything.
I assume I need more than 2.
For a medium check, I think Walker said it was 3 to 4.
For this one, it's 0 to 1, 2, or 3 plus.
Gets you different results.
So if you think you're going to get to 3, right now you've got the medium.
Oh Lord. I'll try again.
All right.
Just for the sake of seeing how this game goes out. Nope, less. Should
One?
have kept it.
0 to 1.
0 to 1.
You lose yourself in the collection, barely able to focus on anything in particular. Your excitement overflowing like a flooding river. Jumping from one item to the next, you try to experience everything at once. If you didn't have
I could've
a
gotten
quest to
that.
complete, you should move in here as far as a ton of stuff related to your favorite hero. And the place simply oozes stories. When you finally emerge to suppress your griefful indulgence, you notice an amused expression on the cubs' faces. A few other visitors are looking at you as well. You push the other stuff aside. There are several eyes on you now. Half of you earns to share your favorite stories of your hero's journey, but the other half burns with the desire to let the world hear of more, and the ambitions of those stories have awakened. Do you declare your ambitions, a drama medium test, or recall White Fang's adventures, a medium book
I will
test?
do the medium communication test.
All right.
That's the.
You should be
top
rolling-
one. Top one. The book one is called Knowledge. I'm looking at
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to do that one.
that one, yeah.
Declare your
that's
ambitions.
actor, not book.
No, that's communication.
It's called communication.
Okay.
That's the.
That's why I say communication. I was trying to use the actual
Never.
Gotcha.
game terms.
Yeah.
No, everything is upgrade.
That's right. You should be rolling 2 blues, a green, and 2 blacks. Correct. All right.
Yeah.
Off.
Ugh,
That's definitely a reroll.
that's definitely a reroll.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, no, wait.
Well,
Those are eyeballs.
no, it was horrible. That's terrible. Oh my gosh.
One
You got
success.
One mask.
I have so many masks.
You want to tell the world of your goal, finding White Fang and becoming a great adventurer yourself. But right then, a fleeting moment of self-doubt crosses your heart. You fumble.
Oh, I was rolling the wrong blue dice. That's the problem. This is not have. I was rolling these ones.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Well, let me go
It's
back.
like, why
Yes,
did-
it
yeah,
might,
why
it
did
might actually let me go back. Go ahead.
Okay.
3.
3. Yeah, let's just go with that.
You give a passionate speech stating that you'll be the one to find White Fang, proudly bearing his torch and becoming a great adventurer yourself. The crowd responds to your declaration with cheers and happy faces and well wishes. Not quite everyone seems sure. But you're certain they'll learn soon enough after they witness you in action. Satisfied, you're eager to continue to Salwar to seek out White Fang's old enemy. But before you can, the cubs run to you and they're carrying something. We found this lying around, one says, and we want you to have it. Tell White Fang we said hi. You earn 1 prestige. Boofed. Return Chasing Legends 111 from the adventurers to the library. Give a random 200 from the library to the adventure, and give 220. So there'll probably be 4 220s. Give her 220.
They gave me a toolbox.
And that is an end of your scene. So that is the end of your turn.
And that is twice now I've forgotten I could have used Deep Intuition, but that is fine.
Keegan.
I too am concerned about downtime.
All of a sudden, right now, I'm hoping once we get through, this is the start. The start. I think after these, the options are much
Well,
smaller.
it's also more of a downtime.
86.
More of a, sorry, go ahead.
86. It's 86. It's also more of a downtime concern, like in this situation where you're streaming, than it would be
true.
in like a family setting.
I suppose. How's everything good there? Anything working well? It's 10-minute turn. Yes. Okay. Agreed. But we're reading everything aloud, and this is just like the startup of everyone's quest. I think after this, the options are less. All right. Standing on top of the plank leading ashore, you view the busy docks below. You see, and I'm an awful reader, so that's going to make things go much
I can
longer.
do it if you prefer.
No, you can do mine. How's that? There. You see different folks, more than you can count, carrying cargo, negotiating passage, just loitering, shouting, laughing, living their lives. You don't see many river kingfishers, but perhaps that's for the best. A fresh start. You raise your legs slowly, and then short steps means a lot. It means starting your life anew, leaving your own troubled past behind. The past your new friend pulled you from. She should be waiting for you by the tavern, supposedly the worst the city has to offer. Will you move already? The otter captain shares behind you, or do you want to go back or something? Move the figure to Wrightstrom. Step ashore and meet your friend. Walking through the seaside street of Wrightstrom, you think back to your friend. You couldn't have met her at a more opportune moment. When it looks like your old ways had finally caught up with you, she helped you out and invited you here. You wonder why she did it. Compassion? Challenge? Just because? Whatever it was, her words and demeanor had an air of adventure with them, and you make your little schemes seem insignificant. You figure that's what made you take the chance and trust her. You spot the tavern, the brewing toad, and your friend. She's wearing a hood, but you can't mistake that beak. And when she finally sees you, she greets you warmly. Here, I brought you something. Welcome to Galzyr. Random 150 from the library. And then he also gets 281.
What gift am I being given? I'm being given A book called The Way of Spies.
Let me pop it up here. Should show up there. Way of Spies. Looks just like that. Tells you how much gold it's worth, what kind of checks you get for it, kind of keywords on it as well, all sorts of stuff.
So this looks like a companion.
Yep.
Does she take up?
She does not.
Okay.
They're totally different. That was 281?
281, yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You have your wits about you, but to make it here, you'll need more than just ruffling feathers. Your hoopoe friend blabbers on as the two of you walk through the city's market. Might have to try to make a good impression. Oh, the horror. Or perhaps pick up a book once in a while. You know how to read, right? You stay quiet, not sure which parts were jokes, but Nara doesn't wait for your answer. Instead, she excuses herself to visit a nearby stall, which seems to offer camping equipment. Left alone for a moment, you look around the busy market, wondering about this foreign city you've ended up in. What are these folks like? Observe the folks in the market, or recall what you know about Reinstrom.
Medium eyeball or easy book?
I have very good eyeball. I will observe the folks.
You'll observe the folks. You should be rolling 2 blue, a pink, and 2 black. Is that
And
correct?
I also have an item that impacts that.
Nice.
2 blue, a pink, 2 black. I can re-roll up to 1 black die and convert 1. What does this mean? Into a point?
Free success.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, very simple. Wait, I should not have an orange. I should have.
You should have 2
2 black.
blues, a pink, and 2 blacks. Make sure you have the right blues.
Yep. I want eyes. I have no eyes. I have 1 eye.
You
I
guys-
can re-roll up to 1 black.
People roll terribly.
Yep. 1.
The city must be twice as big as the one you grew up in. There are folks everywhere, and you can't make out anything specific in the crowd. You never minded crowds, as they often made for a good distraction, but the scale is something new and a lot to get used to. However, you look around bewildered. A nearby commotion draws your attention. There's a group of tough-looking vultures pushing through the masses. They're coming right at you. What just happened? You interrupt Naga's haggling to point out the advancing vultures to her. She takes a single look at them, then turns back to you, her voice grim. They're after us. Let's get out of here. The vultures are moving faster. They're almost on you.
You can make a hard thievery check or a medium communication check.
Hard. Well, what's on these? Hard
Huh?
thievery check.
They'll have what's
Yeah.
beside them in
Yeah.
low quantities and what's on them in doubles.
Thievery check.
So, thievery it is. Should be rolling a pink, 2 blues, and 2 blacks, yeah? All right.
Oh, 2 blues and 2 blacks.
Right, because you have
Okay.
double skill.
Oh yeah, right. Even when it's not the active.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. Thievery.
If it's hard to, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, reroll. I'll trust in the pink.
Trust in the pink. The
It's
pink has
still
failed
2.
you.
Oh, wait. No, okay. I have a thing that cares about these, but it's not applicable. 2.
2. Bump. You try to slip through the masses, but it's no use. The market is too crowded, and your pushing draws more attention to you. You glance back at the vultures, reaching for their weapons. Many folks you've crossed were after you, and it has followed you here. You've always avoided fights, but they're leaving you no choice. Nara, however, suddenly pulls you close and whispers, "Listen to me." What's your name? No. Listen to me.
Teshune.
Teshune.
That's the city.
Oh, I see. The folks who can help. Before you say anything, she pushes you further into the crowd. You hear shouting in her direction. Nara's voice above the other guarding vultures after her. She has saved you twice now, you realize, as you run from the market. So return friend in need, 111, to the Adventures Library. Return Nara, 281, from the Adventure to the
Oh,
library.
because I failed the.
Give 222 from the library to the adventurer, and end scene. All right. 0084. Are you ready, Jimbo? It's all you now. mean, actually, before you start, let me just check in, make sure no one's writing anything. Nope. All right, we're good. Give her.
After your long trek, your objective finally looms on the horizon, the crumbling walls of a town ravaged by war. From what you've heard, it was once populated by marbled polecats like you, but now the buildings have collapsed and buried those memories beneath decades of dust. Only mundane mortal dangers remain, but perhaps something else lies there as well, like a worthy adventure if your map is to be believed. You grin and pick up the pace. If there's anything to be found in the tunnels below, you'll find it. That is what you've promised yourself. Move the adventurer's figure to Tashune.
Done.
Head inside of the ruined town. As you approach Tashune, you take in the sights. This is the first time you've been back to Galzyr in years. In fact, you've actively avoided the place after you left at a young age. You swore to pursue the greatest adventures relentlessly, living a life of no regrets, and that's what you've done. However, a while back, you ran into an ocelot gambler who insisted there's treasure hidden below Tashune. Despite your skepticism, you set out at once. Otherwise, you might miss something big, and you cannot bear the thought of that. Your gaze wanders back to the crumbling but still suffocating-looking walls. Whatever challenges this place has for you, you'll persevere. You came prepared. Give a random 100 from the library and a random... You get this,
A survival kit.
and you get this.
Backpack's filling up.
An ear horn. I've got an eye patch and an ear horn. Fantastic.
You find an entrance to the tunnels easily enough and smile as the invigorating aroma of stale air hits you. It's the familiar smell only old ruins like this have. It makes you feel at home. Or so you think. You aren't exactly sure what that's like. Nevertheless, the map you've got stops here, although calling it a map is a bit generous. It's poorly drawn, smeared, and utterly unreliable, just the way you like it. You have to rely on your wits from now on. However, someone has drawn a scribble to the side depicting a symbol of some kind carved into the wall. It could be an ocelot face, but you cannot be sure. Perhaps you should try that.
You can literally re-roll everything now.
Well,
At least once.
these ones, it requires the verb to apply.
Yeah, I have explore.
Yeah.
So
I see.
with explore I can do that. I can't use this with what I'm doing right now.
Do you want to explore the ruins, medium yellow, or search for more markings,
I am yes.
easy dark blue?
I'm going to explore 2 yellows, an orange, and 2 black. Looking for tents, and I can re-roll 1 die 2 times. I can choose a different die each time.
I see 3 tents.
3.
I mean, if you want to reroll that yellow again.
Oh
you
yeah, I
get
might
tens.
as well, because I have the free re-roll.
You want to roll twice.
2.
Hey. and
5.
you
5
have
tens.
5. I'll take 5.
Walker's showing us how it's done. With the
Yeah,
dice
that's,
rolling.
4 plus.
I mean, he has the benefit of.
Sometimes you surprise yourself with how easily this stuff comes to you. In a short time, you not only completely map out the surroundings, but also figure out you're not alone down here. Following the obvious signs of life and the worsening stench, you come across an abode of sorts. You find its inhabitant in the middle of a meal, if you can call stuffing your face with an assortment of moss and various bugs that. The surprised rat cowers, awkwardly fidgeting with his tattered, soiled robes. Sunfolk win. Find home, he finally says, voice gravelly and words fumbling. Is take to Boxstone, then leave, yes?
Is take to Buckstone.
You take the opportunity and follow the rat to another room where you find a sturdy-looking locked stone chest. Watchblade, the rat says, showing a scar on his left arm. Underlid. In a few words, he explains how he opened a similar chest, then retreats back into the darkness. You take a deep breath and get to work. You can force the chest open with a medium orange, or you can unlock the chest with an easy
We are going to
purple.
do a medium force check. I've got nothing for pluses. Orange to yellow. Oh, it says I can. Oh, yes, of course I have a pink. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Looking for swords.
One sword.
I see
One
one
sword.
sword.
I don't like that sword. I like this. Looking for swords. 3 swords.
The chest is as stubborn as a turtle, but you won't give up. With a mighty heave, you finally crack the lid open and narrowly dodge as some ancient mechanism strikes at you before falling apart. Pushing the remains aside, you peer inside and see that the contents are mostly decayed junk, save for one thing. It's a peculiar stone pendant, strangely familiar. There's a mountain peak depicted on its face with a rising sun behind it. The more you inspect it, the more certain you are you've seen it before, many years ago in Rich Shun. But why is it here? You feel you must figure this out, despite the great danger that awaits. Return buried secrets, and you're going to get 218. Part 2, buried secrets.
End scene.
I failed so hard I lost my companion.
Yeah.
have to go find her in Tishune.
All right, Jimbo, your number for your starting quest is
0087.
Metamorphosis. That's the word that springs to mind while you observe the approaching skyline from the ship's deck. A large dome-shaped library remains a distant central figure, but the walled city around it has grown in unpredictable ways since you last visited. However, that doesn't exactly surprise you. Polecats are numerous here. Like the entire region, they are an intriguing folk, very different from the northern banded newts like you. The locals especially seem to always push for change. Then again, you surmise a lot has stayed the same. Perhaps you should seek out your old roommate, Chimmy. If you have time, a pelican sailor shouting interrupts your introspection, announcing that the ships are preparing to dock. Move there, head to your cabin to prepare. As you pack, you think back to your time in Arnin. A born scholar, just like your parents and grandparents, you were drawn here by the city's prestigious universities and all things you could learn. A particularly curious subject of the nature's animal folks. It wasn't exactly your field, but you lent your skills to the aid of Solfon, your squirrel teacher friend, an expert on hoarding data. The thing is, he died recently, and short after you were summoned by Lenja, the chameleon who leads the university's council. You can't help but infer that the two timings are likely related. You'll find out soon enough as you grab the rest of your baggage and head ashore, prepared to meet whatever academic challenges await. And you have your two random 150 cards?
I do.
All right, here we go. An hour later, you ascend the familiar stone steps of the university and step through the massive wooden doors. The inside is much like you remember. Unlike the rest of the city, you walk right into the council's wing and state your business to the beaver clerk there. You're early, she says, examining her papers. The council is still in the middle of a meeting, discussing Saffron's will. Interesting. You step towards the council room, but the beaver stops you. You'll have to wait. The protocol states they're not to be disturbed. At that, you feel a twinge of annoyance. Here comes the protocol, once again standing in your way, wasting your time, limiting your potential.
How
I'm ready
typical.
to take the test. I'm a Jedi Master.
I like there's an option you don't even have to roll for.
How
Yeah.
typical. Wait until called for. Yeah, you can just...
I'm going to intimidate the clerk.
Ooh, intimidate the clerk. A medium drama check. You should be rolling a blue, 2 green, and a black. Looking for masks.
Not those.
Got
There we go.
3.
3. With well-researched examples, you make it abundantly excruciating clear to the beaver that disobeying her superiors is far preferable to disappointing you, and waiting around idly is against your nature, and therefore extremely disappointing. When you move the door, the clerk doesn't dare squeak a word of protest.
Apparently I'm a jerk wizard.
I was going to say, well, you're off to a great start. As you're about to enter, you hear Lanja's voice, and the chameleon's words give you pause. We've known both for a long time, she says. They've never falsely researched the mere accusation. This all but confirms it. Another voice interrupts. Besides, Kurdanya was young, uppity, and Saffron's methods were always controversial. Read the part again. To Kurdai, I leave the true results of our research. Do with it as you will. The discussion continues, but you've heard enough. Feeling indignation building, it is time to make your voice heard. And you have the element of surprise on your side, and you make it especially weighty. Reminder, the venture chooses an option before the escalator. If you slam, you may convert 1 thievery into a free success.
No, I'm going to recall.
You're going to recall your research. Medium check. You should be rolling 2 green, a blue, and 2 black. Just so.
And I need books.
Books.
I'm going to reroll. Then I'm going to use my travel guide to get 1 success and reroll up to 1 die when recalling. So 3 successes.
There you go. The council looks surprised as you step forward, a little snappily. Explain how you've compiled all the previous studies on the behavioral peculiarities of animal folks and how it was referenced to complement Saffron's imperial research. Everything was done in accordance with the university's policies that they are so proud of. Doubt fades from the council's faces as you speak, and they nod in approval when you finish your spirited report. Very good, Lanja says. Consider your worries dismissed. But what might Saffron's words mean then? On that you are not certain, but natural curiosity is certainly piqued. You'll dig out the answers, however deep it is buried, and you'll start Saffron's old study in Marteau. You earn 2 prestige. You've done all the paperwork stuff, returning test of will, and given your blah blah blah, and scene.
So our various life quests. Megan really likes White Fang, the novel by
No,
whatever.
White Fang's an ancient hero,
Yeah.
and I must find him. He has been missing.
I'm running from a troubled past.
And I'm just Captain Adventure.
I was going to say, you're an adventurer who likes it like as loosey-goosey and dangerous
Yeah.
as possible.
Well, I've already lost my hearing and an eye, so.
And you've come.
And you're arrogant
big-
and.
Yeah, I'm pursuing some kind of research. I'm like an
Yeah,
arrogant
and-
scholar.
And I've collected many tools. I have a toolbox and a hatchet.
I apparently just brought books, a travel guide, and Into the Wild Volume 2.
And your former supervisor or whatever was maybe doing something interesting that you're about to be bequeathed.
All right, so back to the game. Now it's Megan turns again. She can move up to 2 spaces. I think you can grab quests at any time. Grab me the book. You might want to grab one, I think, because you can have up to 3 quests at a time. So you might want to just grab the quest that's here.
Yeah, I can also visit to Freet's home, which is my personal.
Yeah, but I think you have to go to...
Oh, I have to go here. Yeah. Oh, I might as well grab the. Am I in a?
Yep,
Is
you
this
are in
is this
that.
just
Yeah,
a
it's the
spot?
whole
Okay.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
could go to the ski resort.
The market or the hot spring.
But then you won't be able to move again. Remember, you move 2, and then
Then you
do something. So if you don't move towards your
If I
thing,
move, if I move, I mean, it's always move 2.
it's always move 2.
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get where I want to go into. So one
No.
turn is just gonna be moving 2.
Yeah, but you'll still do an event.
Yeah, I'll quest.
You're going to.
Let's go.
I think you can pick up a quest. Like you pick up the quest 4 there, right? There is a quest,
Oh, okay.
Chazabar quest that you will get just for being there. I just want to double check that
Okay.
you don't have to like move first to get it, or to get it at the end of your turn, or blah blah blah.
But you could still interact with something in this.
Yes, if she does not move, she can just pick one of those
You can go to the
areas.
ski resort. Or the hot springs.
Global adventure item,
Yeah.
companion,
So you
local status,
presumably-
event, time, calendar, location, global status, cards, card trades,
Cat.
quest cards. Here we go.
You're gonna get booted out of the room soon, cat.
You can pick up and also abandon quests during your turn as long as you are not in the middle of the scene. So yeah,
Okay.
so you can just grab that and then move if you wish.
Alright, so I can see what it is.
Yes,
and
now that you've picked it up, you're allowed to read the other side.
Someone help me find a trainer for my upcoming race, says Renguri, the redneck wallaby. Listen, I'm not happy being just the fastest runner in the town. There's some kind of big race coming up and I want to win. I've heard the famous trainer that there is coached many champions. Let me find him for me and make him train me. Come on, what are you waiting for? That's also there, so yeah, I'll take that quest.
So just grab the quest. There's always going to be supposed to be 3 originals. Just grab the front quest card. It's the front slot, and just put the new one out, and move this to. Now there's 2 in Scarmore.
Yeah. Well, I'm heading there next.
It's not Friday. It's not a settlement. It's not a grassland. It's not a forest or a hill. It's a mountain.
It's a mountain.
So 0160.
One moment.
Yes.
That's
Days of the week. Friday, settlement, grassland, forest, hill, mountain.
0160.
0160.
Does the library have 296 available? I'm just going to
Yes.
type yes because everything should be in there.
No. It ends at 295.
Does anyone have 296 in front of them?
No.
Like it literally, this is the last card in that section.
Just look through the whole thing and see.
Maybe a certain event would have put it into the library. Is there a separate?
Does anyone have a follower in front of them?
I don't.
296. Sorry, 296 is in a weird spot.
Okay, but we have it, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you meant. I thought you meant you saw it, and it's in a weird spot. Gotcha.
We do. It is here, but
Oh.
it's not where
It's
it's supposed to
not
be.
with the
Oh, yeah.
It's behind this, whatever that symbol is.
Okay, no worries. Just pull it out of there.
So, are you sure we've enabled it?
Yeah, yeah. I just put it in the wrong spot.
Okay.
Yeah. There shouldn't be anything behind that.
Okay. And then I'll try and figure out where these are supposed to go.
Let me just double check.
On a cliffside trail, a
yes.
shrew
On that-
runs at
go
you
ahead.
from
You-
the
you
opposite
look that up there.
direction. You recognize him as the famous hero White Fang.
No.
That's, that seems
You there. We have to deal with it.
already?
It's hot on the shrew's heels, a nightmare that has escaped the dreaming world and slithered into our reality against the laws of nature. It is a mountain ram of deplorable size, crowned by a towering and chaotic sprawl of misshapen antlers. Clusters of tumors have
We don't
spread
have
from
it.
its faces.
Okay.
It should have been.
We should not have 296.
It should have been a no.
It should be locked behind the black divider,
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay.
not in the library.
Sorry.
So
What was your?
106 00160.
So there was supposed to be things back there. My bad.
There are 8 cards.
Yeah,
that
so
are
I was
currently-
like, why? I like.
Yeah, how did we find White Fang
Did I
immediately?
did I just come across him?
All right. A measure of worry sets in when you reach a spot of winding mountain road covered in bones. Hundreds of them, by the looks of it. A snow leopard, dotted in cuts and bruises, pokes her head from a nearby cave. Come over here, quick, before it starts again. Again? As if predicting a forecast, bones rain down at you from a higher ledge above. You rush under the sharp barrage of fragments and hide in the cave with the roughed up leopard. Ever had that happen to you before? She jests, introducing herself as Brahil. Every time I try to leave the cave and go down the road, more bones. How are we going to escape this accursed passage? I have places to be.
I do not have a range tag.
You do not have the range tag. So you can either dodge at medium, at easy, or explore at medium.
Easy.
Thievery.
Purple.
Dodge and explore.
medium survival.
I don't have anything to help me with dodge.
Or you can
and
just wait to the
explore.
end.
I will dodge. Let's do an easy.
Dodge it easy.
I need more black.
So you get 1 orange and 4 black.
I got 1. Should I reroll? I'll reroll.
Here's 2.
You take Bree by the paw and jet out of the cave, making a mad dash down the road. On cue, the bones start up again, which you dodge. One of the fragments, jagged and ending in a sinister point, is a breath away from plunging into your eye. You both have a few minor cuts, but make it to safety. Well, I have a cleaner getaways, though under less strange circumstances, the leopard reviews. A fluttering of wings echoes through the air, and 40 bearded vultures fly from the higher ledge to elsewhere. Briel gives a fed-up shrug and thanks you for helping. Your heart is still racing, and you can still see the wicked tip of the fragment that almost put out your peeper. Earn a prestige. Give card 54 to the adventurer. Return the event to the bottom of the deck. End scene. Keegan.
What's our kind of overarching objective here?
To get
prestige?
yes.
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh,
that like
so that's your bag there, Megan. You want to find 2 symbols that are the same. You're going to have that follower or that status for 3 more turns.
It's like your cousin.
It does, rather, doesn't it?
So while she's doing that, go ahead and move away 2 spaces.
Or interact with something in the town?
True.
Yes.
Or not move, yes.
Casino for gambler.
It's a turtle.
Nope, I'll move here.
It's a chameleon.
Sunday, settlement grassland. 0211.
While traveling through the grasslands, your road brings you alongside a farmer's property where a mob of workers is arguing with a farmer who stands before a new steam engine that has been delivered, still strapped to wooden pallets. Being noisy, you step on over and ask a group what all the yelling is about. Being nosy, sorry.
Rah!
All right. That wretched machine, a dog worker barks. All of us farmhands will lose half of our work shifts because of that thing. On the defensive, the Fossa farmer buffs his chest. I understand your position, and I'm sorry for you, but this is my farm, and I paid for this machine, and it's my choice on how I run this place. This could get messy if you take part in it. Do you have the nibbler tag?
I do not.
No. Do you side? Oh, there's no test. You just pick.
Side with the farmer. Automation.
Side with the farmer. You decide to side with the farmer and help him out of his jam. If you want to intimidate the workers, recall who might be hiring, or cover the lost wages.
Oh, I have no...
It'll cost you 10 all your money.
I'll do medium intimidate because I have blues. Dark blue.
Communicate, yes. So you should have 2 dark blues.
We're intimidating?
Yeah.
All right.
My character is a jerk. This is why everybody hated him in his previous...
That's right.
Yeah, he was union busting.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to see thresholds or not, but...
I feel like that is not good. 2.
2 masks.
Giving the workers a good scare, they start to back off, and their group loses their coherence. They tell you that you are a fool and that you care nothing for the suffering of others. You intimidate them again, and the workers lose their nerve and drain away from the farm. Stragglers at the end of the fleeing farmhands turn, and through tears, tell you from the bottom of their hearts how much they hate you. Wow. With those parting words, your spirit soars and leaves you feeling hollow on the inside. Well, look at that. You really are something else to make them all leave like that. The
Sours. Your spirit sours. And leaves you feeling hollow on the inside.
I could say
That's
soars,
fine.
right? Soars is good. You know, you could be.
That's the difference.
The farmer compliments you and gives you an item. Right now, you are too depressed to care about being praised. And you've given him all his stuff.
But you gain a prestige.
He gets 258, and he gets 248. If unavailable, you get a random 100. Return the drawn to the thing. End scene.
I've acquired a Swiss Army knife.
Very nice. Very
And
nice.
I am now disheartened for 3 turns.
Well, I can stop where you are. Do we want to trade anything? You're allowed to trade when you're in the same space. And we're allowed to do... There are some things that have a little green hand that we can do together when we're in the same space. Since this is going to be a 2-move operation for me to get there anyway, I could stop, but it doesn't look like we have much to trade anyway. So I will kick you on the way by. I would like an event in Grasslands, please.
Wednesday. 0120.
It is Wednesday. 0120.
Yep. How could you like such a boring game? A leopard cries out nearby, throwing her paws up into the air. Who could find a game about peeling apples to be enjoyable? She is addressing a spiny mouse who is passing gold to a cart-pushing Akbash merchant. It's nice, simple, and easy to teach, he offers after purchasing the game. The leopard buys a different game from the tender and proudly presents it to her friend. Now this is a game, the ultimate tactical battle with nicely decorated cards and tons of carved pieces. The two devolve into an argument about preferences, but stop when they catch you staring at them. Wanting a third opinion, they ask you what kind of games you like. Do you have the game tag?
I do not have the game tag. No. And we have tags up here too.
And you just choose. Tell do you prefer the tactical game or the game about peeling apples, or you can decline to comment.
Let's go with the tactical game.
Are these skill marks?
The leopard throws her head back and laughs. See, the better gaming experience is the more interesting one. The mouse wrinkles his nose and coughs. Well, she's Gira and I'm Fink. Want to play some games with us?
Oh, of course.
Before you manage to reply, the duo sets up one of the games they have purchased. Fink reads over the rulebook and informs you how to play. Gira sets up the pieces and asks you to choose which one to play. You can outwit them at the game, medium book, or you can cheat at the game, medium thief. Or you can just decline and look at the shop's wares, or excuse yourself and leave.
Doesn't wait. Like,
That's just
I feel like you have to like. Can Walker resist cheating at the game?
yes, I can. I cannot cheat at a game. Then who wins? What is the purpose of
I
cheating
know,
at
I'm
a
joking.
game? I will roll blacks, and a lot of them, unfortunately.
If you're outwitting, you get 2 yellows.
2 yellows, and I'm looking for books.
Per book. And it's outwit. I don't know if you have an outwit.
No, I have no outwits. Explore, scent, explore, climb, sneak, unlock, observe. Lucky roll for books.
I see 2 books,
books.
and a cocked die.
You can reroll the cocked.
2 books, but do I have any rerolls? No. I think 2 is probably the best I'm going to get.
Outwit them at the game.
Yes!
A conflict unfolds. Pieces are sent across the board. Plays and counters are made. Your moves are perhaps being given the slightly overpowered pieces, ceded to the defeated Fink, but Gira lands in the first place, pulling out a victory. What a rush, Gira cheers. You should join us more often. Fink agrees. Your inclusion shook up our usual dynamic. As a prize for second place and humoring them, you give them an item. You thank the 2 for the game and leave them to their second match. Give 0-21 to... Because this is what you need.
Return the drawn event 80 to the library? Did we draw event 80?
Yep.
Yeah, that was what prompted him to.
Oh, okay.
So that'll go back to the library. And then take 2-5-3 from the library. And shuffle it. Would you just shuffle those into the...
Oh, it's a new event. We've just seeded
Interesting.
into the...
I don't think I'm supposed to use these for tracking, or at least not specific ones. There's only 2 of any given symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only supposed to be 2. One goes on your card, and one goes over here on the calendar.
Okay. So,
I also got one of those.
so this one's the one that looks the most shocked, so I'm just going to go with that one, I guess.
And it was a 3.
Yeah.
I also have 3.
All right. End of scene.
Do you discard at the beginning of Saturday or at the end of Saturday?
Jimbo time. Time for Jimbo.
Clantu, Marato. I'm going to go 1, 2. Travel along by the river.
All right, just so people know, this is what the card looks like. And then you sort of start at the top and move down and see which one sort of hits first. So it is a Wednesday, and he is in a harbor in a forest. So the adventurer is wounded, settlement, grassland, forest. Yes, 217. 0217.
No, 026. Oh, sorry, yeah, 0272. My apologies.
Does the library have 288 available? Probably not.
Yes.
Yes. In the woods, surprisingly, you find a pit by your side. A kakapo is traveling.
In traveling gear, is scolding a group of intimidated moles.
Thank you, yeah.
You introduce yourself to the agitated bird, and she does likewise. Kurongi, as an explorer and mapper of landscapes, I've paid for the Great Mole Efforts Labor Group to explore this tunnel of the earth, but they refuse to work. Feeling judgmental eyes on them, the mole site boss explains, this pit is home to a Bordagon. To go in is to be devoured. She refuses to endanger her team. The kakapo rubs her forehead in stress. A mythical snake beast has ruined my expedition, she grumbles about how she wishes there was some way to reach down into the pit. Do you have a duelist tag? No, I do not.
Remember, you have 2 on your...
Yep, no, I
Okay.
definitely do not.
No.
Climb down into the pit, hard survival. Force a tree down into the pit, easy fight. Encourage the moles with gold. I'm going to try to climb down into the pit.
Climb down.
Hard survival.
yellow.
You don't have any yellow.
So I
but
should
you
have 2 green and 3 black.
Do you have any climb skills or climb items?
No, but I have an item that says in survival skill checks I can reroll up to 1 dice and convert 1 book into 1 success.
Gotcha.
So that would get me 2 successes on a hard check. I do a full reroll. So that's just one success. So I'm going to reroll this die using Into the Wild and convert one of those. So I get 2 successes in the end. Lowering yourself in, you can't even get purchased beyond the lip of the pit. You hover at the entrance for half an hour, unable to progress downwards. The site boss points a claw at you. See, an adventurer isn't even brave enough to face the Bordegon. And you, Kurangi, chides us mere workers for not going in. The Cactapo doesn't rise to the comment. In your clumsiness to get out of the hole's mouth, you think you might have dropped something into the pit. But once you are up, all the moles have left. Kurangi, unhappy, looks down at the pit with a sense of denied closure. Well, it seems I no longer have an agenda to keep. I'll stick with you for a while till my nerves simmer down. You lose 3 gold.
What was the first option there?
The first one is if he rolled no successes and no books. This is no successes, but at least 1 book.
So you have to have 0 successes for the one to apply.
Well, you would want these. These are better. They get better as you go.
Okay.
So this is by far the worst one.
Are we
Okay.
sure?
No.
Why don't we click on it and look?
Sure.
So
Nothing. You get nothing.
You get nothing, but you do a second thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, so I get 288. And
Is it, I assume like that just is alternate route. Try this.
Yeah.
all right. That was me.
And see. Then we go to Thursday.
I am too shocked to use any of my skills.
That's very shocked.
Pass me the book. You get to move first, though, Megan.
All right, I'm gonna go into. Are these two spots?
No,
I think they're
one.
the
The
same
whole
one.
city's
Same
one.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna move into.
And you can do either of
similar.
these or any of those.
I feel like I should. Do mine first. So 0089.
You knock on the door of the imposing manor near the market. Rather than size, it is the subdued measure elegance that makes the 2-story house stand out. The yard is impeccably cut, and the rose bushes are neat, and even the open window on the second floor glimmers cleanly in the sun. It is the perfect home for the villain. Inside waits White Fang's old enemy, Kafaret. Your intuition tells you she, if anyone, knows where the legendary adventurer has gone. Who are you? The big crocodile asks as he opens the door. Proudly, you state you're a famous adventurer on an important quest. The moment you mention White Fang, however, the crocodile slams the door in your face. Rude, but you're sure heroes of stories
Stories wouldn't be
wouldn't
stopped by just
just
that.
Someone doesn't want to talk to me. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
You can unlock the door using medium
I'm
thief,
going to unlock.
or you can climb through the window.
I have a toolbox that helps me with that.
Nice.
Unlock?
Yeah.
So you get 1.
I get nothing. I'm too
Oh,
shocked
'cause
to
you
have anything, so I only have black dice. In
Oh,
skill check,
those are skill marks.
yeah, these are skill marks. So in skill checks, I cannot use my skill marks matching the check.
Matching the check.
Oh, matching. So
It's a side check.
Probably
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
side one. So I get the side one. Okay.
Yeah, I think I got frozen last night, and I'd lose 2 dice.
Oofed.
Yeah, it was awful.
So what am I looking for? The handy grabby.
Yeah, the handy grabby.
I'm gonna roll again,
I forgot what I was looking up now.
and then I can reroll up to 3 afterwards.
There's one handy
One
grabby.
handy grabby. I'm gonna reroll up to 3 of these.
Yay, toolbox.
Yay, toolbox. Okay,
2.
got 2 successes.
2 grabbies. You tinker for a time, and eventually the lock snaps open, letting you inside. You don't have to go far, however, until you come across a living room and 3 figures waiting for you. The smallest of them sits in an appropriately sized armchair,
Why you put it off to the side again?
looking at you. No, she doesn't want you to do
Why
that.
you putting it on the side again?
We want it.
We want access to it.
Continue?
Yes. So this is the runt sneaking around. Anything you have to say to yourself? The speaker's an old dwarf crocodile who regards you with an expression of utter malice with 2 bigger crocodiles at her side. That must be Kafaret. You ask if she knows where White Fang is. Her expression turns even more sour as she grips her cane tighter. Of course, and why do you invoke the name of that wretch? Unable to resist, you launch into the usual spiel of your hero, but you barely get started before she cuts you off. Enough! Brick! Mortar! Let's teach this little dreamer a lesson. All 3 crocodiles start advancing on you. You can fight the crocodiles, hard sword. You can intimidate Kafaret to cooperate, hard communication. Or you can offer to pay for the information, 4 coins. Man, you got...
I feel like
really-
a bribe might be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bribe might be
I
your
do-
best way because that's
now,
shocked.
I can reroll. Yeah, shocked is really, really. And I have a little bit of fight. I don't have any intimidate, but I do. If I do intimidate, I can use my deep intuition to just.
To get 1 success, yeah.
Well, no, I discard it to get 1 success, and then I reroll this, and that can give me more successes.
Ah.
Let's try intimidating. It's supposed to be what I'm good at, even when I'm shocked and cannot currently use it.
Yeah, you get 1 green.
Okay, well, ooh, I got
That's
2.
2 communication.
What do we roll? 2's not going to be enough, I think.
Oh, that's what I was looking up. When do we reveal
Reroll
the outcomes?
everything. Yes, that is probably good to know.
You probably have to roll first, would be my guess.
Yeah. 2's not going to be enough. Okay, well, I still have 2.
Yeah, reveal outcomes after resolving the skill check.
Do I want to spend deep intuition? I only get it once per game, but I feel like while I'm currently hamstrung is probably a good time to do it.
I would say so.
Alright, so I turn this one into a success, or I get a 3rd success with this one, and then I get to roll this. I get a 4th success. I can re-roll it again if I want to. What is a failure? It's just like,
I think you lose a success.
yeah, does a failure mean you lose a success? Because it doesn't...
Yeah, if it's like the little broken...
Yeah.
Yeah, failure. It just it says reducing the total number of successes.
Does anything go over 4?
Not that I've seen.
Okay, let's just do a 4 then.
4?
Oh, it does go over 4.
3 or 4.
So,
Yes.
I could have re-rolled. Because I was thinking, is there any point in me keep
Gotcha.
going with this?
Well, we didn't know. That's the thing. We're not supposed to look.
Yeah, well, it's more because like if I knew it went over 4, I would have re-rolled.
Gotcha. So is it 5 now?
Yeah.
All right.
It's 4 to 12 I get successes, so there's not really a huge chance of failure.
Your frill flares out, as does the tremendous aura of terror you unleash on Kafaret. Horror stories pale in comparison to the scene you cause, and the frightful promises you project upon the dwarf crocodile's tormented imagination. She recoils before your mental assault, her already small frame sinking into her chair. Wow, way to intimidate the elderly. Seeming to shrink from view, with shaking hands, she waves for her lackey to give you what you want. Approaching warily, the crocodile hands you a map which marks the location where White Fang retired in the countryside near Richun. At Kafaret's behest, he adds in some gold to further appease you. Happy to get what you came from, you give Kafaret a friendly smile and wave, and get on your way. You get 2 prestige, you get 4 gold.
Sweet.
Return 220 to the box.
And also return my deep intuition to the box.
Is there anything that gets rid of your shocking?
3
Time.
turns.
Oh, because my freezing said if a warm keyword ever came up, then I could discard it.
I have
Partner
disheartened.
earns 2 prestige.
Pretty
The
similar.
partner gains 4 gold. Who's
Yeah.
the partner?
If there was someone there with her,
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, okay.
they could have helped.
Cool.
If that ever comes up, I have to look up again. It's something I think you can use their skills or something. All right. That was, we've already advanced the day. That was the first, because Megan's first play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, Keegan.
2 to Shun, where I want to be, and then I'll trigger my Seek Aid quest for 0090.
Do you have the roamer tag?
No, I do not.
Violet Arms Mercenary Camp lies deep within the ruined town, and as you approach the guard post, you eye the imposing wall that still stands on this side. You were never fond of such structures in the past, seeming restrictive even on the inside, and taxing to fly over while carrying heavy gear. But you've come to seek allies as the troubles of your past remain unresolved.
Nope.
No.
Nara is already there, talking to 2 guards inside the bustling mercenary camp. She waves you over. This the squirt you mentioned? A blue-painted magpie guard asks, looking you over. Why should we let you see the boss? Coyote wearing a purple sash asks before pointing at the wall. Show what you can do first. Climb that, maybe we'll take you. You glance at Nara, who nods and is ready to help you. Give 281 from the library to the adventurer.
Would you like to climb the wall or intimidate the guards? Tent
What I
or...
have the best?
Climb is hard tent. Intimidate is medium
Oh, so I
communication.
have Nara now.
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah, that is
changes
before.
things a little bit. I will climb the wall because I.
We need 2 matching tokens, please.
Yeah, because she goes away in 5 turns.
Yeah.
Although
so I
the
need
game only
yellow,
lasts 5 turns, so...
One
one
yellow.
yellow and 4 black.
What,
Anyone.
Anyone. Is it for Nara? What does she look like? She's a bird.
She's a bird.
Okay.
You were
so,
looking for survival icons. That
Yeah,
takes-
I have a bunch of things that
We're doing the
interact
hard
with
one?
this here.
There she is.
Yeah.
I don't know what 5 turns
Sneak or intimidate. Do I have either of those? I do not. Re-roll everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guaranteed success is 5.
Dang.
Oh, sorry, I can only re-roll one of these. 5.
With your expertise and Nara's help, you rapidly ascend to the top of the wall and give a little bow to the 2 guards watching below. Boss was right, the coyote says as you return. Go on, he wants to see you now. Yeah, impressive, the magpie adds. Your escape in Richun was no fluke after all. Nara shoos you forward, saying she will wait here. Continue. A gear falcon greets you as you enter his tent and introduces himself as Geru. We're birds of a feather, Asala, he says, in more ways than one. Those upstarts cause trouble for you in Richun and for me here at my camp, so let us cooperate, adventurer. You note that he knows a lot about you, and he smirks. I have my sources. You haven't made too much noise here yet, but I think others will hear of your exploits soon enough. While you wonder how the earlier magpie knew about Richun too then, Geru shows you a coded letter and some equipment they found, which he suspects was left behind by the gang. You can either crack the code in the letter, easy book, search the equipment, medium eyeball, or talk to the magpie guard, no test.
Medium eyeball.
Any search tags or anything?
I've got some different things that trigger that. This, sadly. So I'm down 1 success to start because of my disheartened.
You are looking for eyeballs.
I'm looking for eyeballs. I have 2 eyeballs. I can.
Neither of your eyeball dice rolled eyeballs, so it might be worth a full.
Yeah. It's
eyeball
gone.
dice.
Gone forever.
It's right at your foot.
Oof.
Oof.
So sad. I have 1 reroll.
Should
You wanna
probably
re-roll an
reroll one
eyeball
of the
one?
eyeball dice.
Yeah.
That could get you double
I
eyeball.
think is it only black? Can these reroll colored ones?
That's a good question. I assume that was just a symbol for dice.
Very
Yeah.
possibly.
Let's look it up. Takes 2 seconds. A skill die.
All right.
They're all skill dice, so your choice.
Yeah. All right.
Definitely
makes
reroll
sense.
that one.
Double
Yay,
eyeballs.
double eyeball.
-1 eyeball is net 2 eyeballs. I have a book. I convert that into a success.
So 3
3.
successes.
Ooh.
Too many weird interacty cards.
You investigate the pile in Geru's tent. It's mostly traveling supplies and some clothing, but a careful search yields you something interesting. You find a hidden pocket, like some you've used before, and pull out a half-full container of blue face paint. Geru takes it eagerly, but before you can expect your find, you hear shouting from outside. Continue. Out of the tent, a mercenary runs to Geru and you. He leads you back to the guard post, which has turned to a mess. The coyote lies wounded on the ground, and Nara or the magpie nowhere to be seen. Boss, the coyote shouts. She was with the vultures, and they took Nara. Garrett looks around with a grim look on his face before turning to you. If we didn't have a common enemy before, we do now. They attacked my camp, and they'll pay for that. Return Nara to the adventurer again.
You probably should just set her.
That's twice again. No
You should
one
probably just set her to the side.
no one
because
like-
she's gonna come out again.
was it gnarly you got last
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
She keeps flying down, helps you, and then gets chased away. That's too funny. All right.
Do you have a mercenary
No.
tag?
No.
I will send one of ours with you. If you want to help, come to Hazembi. I bet those overconfident bastards are taking Nara to their base there. I'm going to crush them and send a message to others who try the same. You earn 2 prestige.
Got it.
Return friend in need. Get a random 149 from the library.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
There's a lot of 149s.
No, just what they are was weird. 149. All right.
Ooh, new companion.
Yeah.
And give 223 from the library.
223.
Momolox Tehwal, a spectacled bear.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'll
a
send you the-
spectacle bear.
Send you with one of ours.
He is my mercenary sent.
223. All right.
So he is coming in with a few days
Bit
left.
of canned
And
up
we've
on
given
there.
him 2 prestige, yeah?
Yep.
Oh no, the partner gets 2. All right, NC. I make it to Rhinescum. That's where I needed to go, right?
I have no idea.
Yes, Rhinescum. Seek answers. If someone was there, just so everyone can see. See, there's the green hand. If someone was there with me, they could help me with seeking answers. So 088. And I can only do that because I'm in. I don't know, everyone's been doing that, so they already know that how that works. But I don't think I've said it out loud.
In Western Richmond, you stand in front of a most ordinary door. It is wooden and plain like the entire neighborhood, and you feel yourself hesitate. You look at the pendant again, quite certain an identical one lies inside. But you have to confirm this, as otherwise you might come to regret it. You realize now that's the one thing you dread more than what else awaits you. Indeed, beyond the door lives your family, your boring family, stuck in their ways, trudging on in the same ways in the same place. They lived here when you were born, when you left, and still now, unchanging, unchallenged. You shudder at the thought. Merely visiting is always a stressful affair. Then again, perhaps the meeting can still be avoided. You can sneak in without being seen for a medium thief check, or greet your family for an easy communications check.
Gonna sneak. I get to re-roll 2 dice with this with sneak.
These talons need to be trimmed.
Yes.
I need
You have
these.
2 sneaky symbols.
2, and I get to re-roll up to 2 dice.
Definitely reroll the purple one, because that's your sneaky die.
Sneaky. 2.
Carefully, you sneak through the house to avoid alerting your often overzealous family. Many are at home, like your 3 siblings and a dozen nieces and nephews, but besides one terrifying close call, you reach your target without issue. There it is, another stone pendant, a family heirloom you always considered a useless trinket. You carefully compare it to the one you brought, confirm your suspicion. They are identical to the last detail. Why was one in Tashun? There's someone who might know.
It's your family. You have to talk to them.
Later, you find your great-aunt, Awira, sitting by her lonesome in a nearby park, just like you remember. She's your oldest living relatives, likely one of the eldest folks in the whole city. If someone knows, it's her. Tashun, you say? She drawls. Our family lived there back in the day. Huh? You thought they've always been in Richun? It was before the wars. Cowardly Gemsedians. Ever tell you how I met the infamous godmother? Right. You always had a tough time with her rambling. Help her recall your family history, easy book, or endure her ramblings, medium survival.
I'm going to do easy because I do have recall.
It's help, not recall.
Help her
Recall's
recall.
in there.
Help,
I think
endure. Isn't it the first? Isn't the first capitalized word?
I mean, it calls them a verb, and the verb has to be in it. I don't know if it has to be the.
Yeah, I just think
So
that's
it might be. Help or recall might be.
Help is awfully generalized.
Might be you have.
Yeah.
You
I don't think
both
you'd have a
verbs.
help skill. All right, so I have 1 recall. I get to reroll 2 dice. Yeah, going for that. I need. Oh, sorry. I should click on it first. Easy. Looking for books.
Yes.
Said looking for books. I'll do my massive reroll,
One book.
and then I will reroll 2 dice using my recall ability.
One book.
1 book.
It is easy.
With care, you help Awira remember the topic whenever she veers off course. We built those tunnels, she says. Are they still there? Great for hiding the loot we found. And the smuggling. We were quite famous then. As she recounts your family's adventures, you can hardly believe what you're hearing. That same family you considered the most boring did things like that, and you never knew. Conflicted, you started questioning your decisions and what else you've missed. I know that look, Bumir, Awira says. Take my advice and go to Yezden. Find the wise polecat who lives atop the mountain there. Speaking of... She gets lost in another tangent, but you can't stop thinking about everything she said. You must find that polecat. You earn 2 prestige.
Get it.
Return buried secrets, and get 219 from the library.
Return 218. Get 219.
Get 219.
If you have a partner, they earn 2 prestige.
Yes. No, we don't do things with partners.
There's a lot of us.
Well, we could start looking because this next part is, and it looks like everyone's quests can
I
be
think
helped.
it seems like the main quest is something that can help with. People can help with.
End scene. Jimbo. Move and then. Oh, I better be checking. People could be talking. Anyone say anything? Board game disclosure. Discourse.
From your scene where you
I
played
need
the
to
board
wear
game.
my glasses. Yes, how meta.
Indeed. Meta indeed. So I could... What is that? Ranger station?
Yes, there is a ranger station there.
Where's everyone trying to get to if we want to help each other?
Now I'm going here.
Hazenby. Go down here.
I'm here, and then I'm gonna go here randomly.
0091. I am going to visit the station.
0091. Done.
While approaching the ranger station, you eye the surrounding forest. As you recall, a lot of Sofron's behavioral evidence came from this place. He was always vague on the details, but you knew he had some kind of study around here. Finding it could shed light on your squirrel friend and his mysterious will as well. A pair of polecat rangers run up to you. You Caradai? One asks. Some errander asks us to help you. Let's go find that cottage or whatever. Ah, that's the polecat spirit you always found so fascinating, always ready to explore the unknown. Apparently, these two think they can find the explorer, the adventures they crave in the woods. But you won't back down from a challenge either. You only need to pick the best approach. If I explore, I can reroll up 2 dice. I can explore the forest for medium survival, or ask around the station for medium communication.
Skill dice from.
I am going to explore the forest.
Alright, so you get.
So I get 2 green and 3 black. And on survival skill checks, so I can reroll up to 3 dice. Survival skill checks, I can reroll up to 1 die and convert 1 book into a success. And on Explorer, I get a free success. Alright, so I want this, and I want this. This would get me what?
2.
1, 2, 3 successes on a medium check? I'll re-roll these just because I get a free re-roll 3 on Explorer. And then I get 1 more free re-roll. And I'll take the 3 successes.
And wait, remember you get, if you
I can
explore,
reroll it, that's right.
you get 2 more.
dice. Hey, 4 successes.
4.
Oh no, sorry, that's not the right.
I mean,
3 successes.
In this case, it doesn't matter.
Yes, apparently. With the polecats at your side, you dive into the forest like a newt into water, expertly scouting out every nook and cranny in the area. Soon you begin to notice signs of frequent travel, though appropriately faded by now. Then, stuffed into a tree hollow, you find some observational equipment, still worn out, but still functional. This must be the place. You may swap one of your skill marks for a perception skill mark, which is the eyeball? No, I don't think so. The clearing you arrive in is beautiful. The pristine air is refreshing, as is the change of pace in the entire experience, or should you say adventure. Perhaps the polecat spirit is contagious. Whatever it is, you've always appreciated new challenges. There are no cottages in sight, though, only pristine forest, or mostly pristine, as the rangers are busy observing the signs of life all over. It should be the right place, but perhaps there's something you're missing. I can observe,
Contagious spirit.
or I can deduce.
Sorry, you've got a terminal case of polecat spirit.
Indeed, I'm going to
If you observe, you get 2 free rerolls.
I'm going to deduce. So I get
Deduce.
2 green and a pale blue and 2 black.
Looking for books.
4 books. I'll go with 4 books.
Well, you get some reroll, right? You get,
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I
Oh,
just
you,
get the
you
full
picked the
reroll.
one that didn't. All right.
Yeah.
4.
Nice.
4 bucks. Your ability to see correlations is impeccable, and the answer soon becomes as clear as the sky above. Sofron had many theories about ancient squirrels, and consensus says they lived in trees. Indeed, there's a treehouse hidden in the foliage above. Inside you find notes left by Sofron detailing the archaic way of life he studied here. One notebook talks about you, specifically the debates the two of you had on the extant primal nature directs folks. He also mentions stashing something in his house at Reicham following your departure, and also a hidden room. Looks like you're going there next, sensing a familiar feeling of excitement emerging as you're in your element once more. You're about to unravel a mystery. 2 prestige. Return test of will. Give 63. Give 225. Ooh, I'm adventurous.
Remember, I think that goes away if you ever fail, just as a reminder.
Yeah, if the total
Less than 4. That's right.
successes is 4 or less, so I have to get 5 on unlocked Explorer Research. I am done.
We're on to Friday. So we start here, it'd be
We're on our
1,
fourth
2,
of-
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, so next
So
should be
2
the
more
last.
turns.
Yeah.
Which means my entire game is just I do not get these.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, like for a short thing, it's unfortunate. Like if you're doing the whole campaign, it's
Well, also with fewer players, like if you play 2 players, you get
8.
okay.
All of this stuff
A
will
greater
go back.
number of turns.
All this stuff goes back into your area, though.
I will 0367
0367.
do the quest for the guy.
Yep.
0367.
You find Rangouri at Sarawara's market. The young red-necked wallaby peers around, eyes wide as saucers. Must be his first time in the big city. You remind him of the upcoming race. Oh yeah, I learned the coach is a reptile named Haja that lives over there. He hurries you to a house with sports memorabilia of the Sarawar blue shells hanging from its window. Rangouri pounds on the door, but no answer. A shoe bell from the neighboring yard laughs. Haja's gone for the day. Rangouri groans. I'm in a hurry. The bird shrugs. Put a scarf on this morning and left. He used to coach the shells and always wears their symbol. Though if you were generous, I might know where he is. You can explore the district for the coach, hard survival, observe the district for the coach, medium eyeball, or pay the shoe bill to tell you where Haja is, 5 coins.
I just got money. I will pay. And I have no skill abilities.
Right, makes sense.
Understanding the shoe bill's hint, you hand her gold. She smirks, advising you to check the city park. That place is huge, Rangouri says. Checking every corner will take forever. Neighbor leans over the fence. Then perhaps you'd like to know his favorite bench? She rubs the feathers of her wing together.
Jesus. Greedy.
You can pay 2 more to the shoe bill, or head to the city park.
Whatever, we're almost done.
After you pay her again, the shoe bill tells you Haja likes the southeastern edge of the park. A good view down the cliffside on a nice, comfy bench. At the park, you find an elderly Aldabra giant tortoise wearing a large scarf with a blue shell logo. Rangouri asks him if he's Haja, to which the tortoise nods.
Remember, you can keep the money as well, too. So the next person who plays that, you're going to bankrupt them.
Well, I got the...
Rangouri thumbs his nose at Haja. You? What could you teach me? How to move slowly? Whoever is fastest is going to win this race. Haja is equally dismissive. You youngsters today are good-for-nothing hotheads. Winning takes discipline. The rainbow race especially. His face turns wistful for a moment, before he scowls at Rangouri again. Besides, I've won enough. I'm retired. This is a waste of time, Rangouri says, turning away. I'm going home. You need to find a way to get them to get together. Do you have the training tag?
No.
Convince them to work together, easy communication, or recall recent rainbow race winners, medium book.
I mean, it's going to be all black dice no matter what I'm rolling, so...
Well, if you do the medium book, you
Oh,
get
that's
2
true, I got the
pale
side.
blue dice.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Just forget I get the side.
Doing the easy?
No,
Medium
recent
recall.
recall recent rainbow race winners.
Oddly enough, doing that gives me better dice just
Yep.
because
Looking for books.
adjacent.
Dang.
4.
4 books.
There we go.
All right, then.
Yeah, just go with that one.
Okay. All right, then. 4.
You remember that the Rainbow Race is an exciting contest of extreme popularity across Galzyr. It celebrates the unity of all animal folks. Organizers want to make the upcoming race better than any prior, to draw in record-breaking crowds. A Eurasian lynx named Steinar was the last contest winner, even beating out one of Haja's former pupils. Tensions between the two melt when you tell them of this. The wallaby offers his paw first. We can't let Steinar steal all that glory. Haja accepts the paw with a fire in his eyes. Why don't you two come to Tashun when you're ready to begin training? I'll help you topple him. You share their burning excitement at the prospect of a glorious victory ahead. Return race from the ages to the library. Get 061 and 157, which I'm sure you got some. Which is, oh, and you earned 2 prestige.
I did.
Okay.
Inner fire.
Fire.
This looks sort of like that. This goes 4
And see?
away.
Yep.
Ooh, what is
Me.
hastening?
Well, I can't quite make it, so I'm just gonna do one of these road events.
The adventure is shocked. Settlement, grassland, forest, hill. We are 0240, please, Walker.
Zero 240. Correct.
Correct. A gray sky has been looming over you all day, and a short while ago it blasted the earth with a brief but heavy snow. While traversing up and down the hills of the area, you hear a voice call to you from a chain of copses. Checking it out, you find a pink fairy armadillo with clothes hiding inside the hollowed-out trunk of a fallen tree. I have been saved. Quick, can you get me to my underground home without getting my fur full of snow? It's bad for my health if my fur gets wet. I stepped outside for a moment and was caught out here when the snow landed. You ask him if it's so dangerous to get wet. Why is he not wearing clothes? As a naturalist, I consider wearing garments to be oppressive and unnatural. Do you have a warm tag?
I feel like as warm boy, I should have an implied warm tag. But no.
I think if I had the warm tag, I would say that I didn't have the warm tag, because I wouldn't know where that would go. All right, no, we do not.
If you guide, each unfold tag gives you 2 victory points. Oh, because you can
I have no unfold.
I have
guide.
a
You
full.
can guide him safely through the weather, hard survival, or you can search for something to use as cover, medium eyeball, which is your best skill,
Yeah, medium eyeball.
and it's a search tag.
I get debuffed on my eyeball, though, is the problem.
Oh no!
And I get buffed on my survival. So
Oh, well, there you go.
Survival.
So,
So you'll guide.
Guide through the weather, hard survival.
yep.
Looking for tents.
Full reroll.
Full reroll.
One ten.
1 tent.
1 tent. I can reroll 1 die base. From that, still fail.
Don't you have to reroll the 1 die twice?
No, that was somebody else's.
Okay.
I'm using this one. I have a guaranteed success from my new bear friend though, so 2.
2 successes.
Is that guaranteed? Oh yeah, in the
Yep.
top part. Yeah, you get another one if you do fighting climb.
Looking up at the heavens, you judge you'll have a moment of respite and guide the armadillo to the log. He nervously looks up at the sky. What if the weather starts up again? You assure him it will not, and start leading him in a straight line to his hole after he tells you where it's at. Minutes later, the heavens open up on both, soaking and chilling you to the bone. You said it would be safe, he shrieks as he runs back to the safety of the fallen log, wriggling back inside it. You are left standing out in the elements and pick up a sniffle as you head back to the main road. You hope the weather clears up soon for the armadillo's sake. And yours. You hate being in this cold. Give 056 to the adventurer, return the event drawn to the bottom of the unit.
I am now both disheartened and freezing.
You're not having a good day.
Nope.
All right, we should be doing this more often, so people can see the actual board once in a while. Where are we here? Capture window. That. Boom. All right, me. I am the badger. I am over here. My quest says I need to go to Yezden up here. I can only move 2 spaces. So unfortunately, it looks like we are doing a mountain event.
Sunday, settlement, grassland, forest, hill, mountain. 0170.
0170.
Does the library have 291 available? I would bet money it does not, but I could be wrong.
291.
I would have lost money.
There you go.
I know this person. This is what I got last time, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Up in the higher mountains, you enjoy the sunny day until a colorful spattering of vulgarity reaches your ears. These hateful curse words emanate from a cave just off the trail you're on. It's only a good stone's throw of where you're standing at. If you're feeling so inclined, you could check it out. Follow the voice or ignore the voice.
We will follow the voice.
Following the profanity to a dusty cave, you head inside and find a puzzled fox. Her head swings from a leaf of parchment to a door carved into the rock face itself. Many symbols are etched around the door. Useless! Why won't it open? She spins around when you introduce yourself from the mouth of the cave. Finenia the Red Fox, sailor and seeker of fortune, not at your service and currently in an extreme mood, she returns. Crumpling the piece of parchment between her paws, she explains what has spoiled her mood. I've been following clues all week to this, she kicks the stone door, and I can't get it open. Do you have a sweeping tag?
Sweeping? No, I do not have a sweeping tag.
Okay.
No.
If you interpret, each explorer tag gives you 1 success. You may interpret the ancient writings, hard book, or you may force through the stone door, hard sword.
I have Explorer, but I do not have Explorer. I do have Explorer, sweet. Gives you an automatic. It's green. Sure, let's do that.
Are you sure you don't want to force? You get all of your dice.
But I don't get an automatic success.
It's true you don't get an automatic success.
So I'll get 2 green,
You mean 2 yellow?
2 yellow is what I meant. 2 yellow, a orange. I will go to the hard. An orange.
You don't get the orange, because you're doing green, you only get the yellow.
No, I said it was. Oh,
They're both hard.
sorry, I'm doing the hard orange.
Okay, so
So I
you
get
also get
orange
the
and
purple.
2 yellow. Oh, and a purple. Yeah. Look at
And then
that.
a black.
And a
You're forcing. Do you have any force? Anything that plays off force?
I do not.
Do you have the force?
Looking for swords.
How about tense? Do you want tense?
Yeah.
Doing a full reroll. Once again, looking for swords.
I see 2 swords.
2.
Probably not for hard, but you know.
Boo.
You do have 1 tent.
The book. I want to know how people interpret this. Because it was weird how they said it. After you guys said that, it says something about the first one that qualifies. What's the word? Here it is here. Select the leftmost matching outcome.
Oh, so you probably have
I guess you have to take the survival outcome?
skill check.
That seems weird to me, but
Yeah.
Yeah, select. And it even shows in that example, leftmost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
okay, so I guess you have to. This stone door seems troublesome, and worse, it could be trapped. You wonder if there's another entrance to the cave that connects to the room on the other side of the door. You ask Finenia if such an alternative entrance could possibly exist. The fox shrugs. Could be. Wouldn't that be convenient? Explore outside for alternative entrance, hard survival, which you're really good at.
Yep.
And it's an explorer, which you might have, or continue. Okay. So
maybe
these
they're
give
good
you
things.
basically give you a different way to use a
So
different
I might have
skill.
cheated you out of something, so I apologize for that.
Whatever.
That's fine.
All right, so it is Explore, which I do have. Explore, reroll 1 die up to 2 times. You may choose different die each time. So, yes. So, an orange. Thank you, Keegan. Perfect. Looking for tents.
Tense.
Looking
Full
for. I said looking for tents. Looking for tents.
Tell her you're looking for swords.
There's
we go.
4
there's
tents.
4 tents.
4, and I can reroll.
The orange one.
Oh,
Gives you a
orange
slightly
one.
better chance of getting you tents.
And up to 2 times. No. There's tents on that, yes.
2 tenths of
That's it.
Okay,
4?
4.
4.
Hey. Retreating from the cave, you loop around the mountain paths and find a second entrance to the chamber on the other side of the stone door. The new entrance you discover is also trapped. Moving in through it, a pressure plate under you spits darts at you that whiz by your head. You stand there, catching your breath as Finenia moves past you into the sealed room. Scrolls are stored here, and the red fox pours through them. Says here that the treasure is in Maratu. Finenia informs you that she owes you. I'll see what I can do to repay you for getting me that info. Though if you're not sure where you're heading to, we could stop at Maratu to look into that treasure. You gain a prestige. You gain 057,
Done.
and you gain 291.
Done.
Return the drawn event to the bottom of the event.
I'm now afraid. Terrified and paranoid, you can't get rid of the thought that you may have avoided your fate by being more careful. When gain, hasten 1 for each companion and partner
He
you
seems
have.
good. Do you have any companions or
But
partners?
it said to take the one afterwards, so I don't have one when I got this. Then
Right.
I
Yeah.
get the companion. You cannot choose hard skill checks if you have other options.
Oof.
So yes,
4
I
days.
need,
What would you like? What is it?
I need 2, 1 for 4 and 1 for
Lizard
5.
looking thing?
Yes, a turtley looking thing at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How about a cougar?
And a cougar for 5.
We could do a fennec fox looking thing too.
Done. End scene for me. Jimbo.
I'm going off to Richmond, but I'm actually gonna do the ranger station. 0017.
0017 for Jimbo.
Rangers in compact groups are removing rotting wall boards in the area. Some of the sheds attached to or adjacent to the ranger station. Others move through the woods, tearing down abandoned shacks. While they work, the rangers joke about it being a quiet day without any criminals escaping. Rangers ask those in the area to volunteer in helping pull down more rotten shacks, showing off a long list of locations. The forest is riddled with structures that folks put up without permission and then neglect when they are done. If you don't want to join the hard work, you could always visit Maratu's well-traveled inn. Force wall rotten... Force...
You've nothing in that.
Yeah, that seems like a terrible idea. I'm going to visit the inn.
It is easy. Yeah.
Smell of a home-cooked meal and the sound of merriment inside the inn tempt you enough to head inside. Does the library have 285 available?
Well, let me just see. Why, it sure does.
You enter the smoky interior of Maratu's Inn. A few small groups of outdoorsy types are relaxing on simple, varnished furniture, some of which are playing a round of darts, with open positions for anyone who wants to join in. On a music stage in the east corner, a nightingale is acting out sections of theater classics, with an empty hat laid out to accept tips. The innkeeper, a koala by the name of Melisep, puts up a sign asking for help in the kitchen today. I'll pay the actor.
Pay the actor for his performance through money?
Yep. You donate to the cap and sit down to watch the show. At a self-imposed intermission, the bird visits you at your table. Your charity is supremely felt within the breast of this actor. I can tell your taste in the fine arts is in the upper limits of the superlative. When the avian is done with his stage antics, he returns to you. Knowing of your impeccable taste, you must know that I am the famous thespian Otendo, a name you do know by reputation in modern Galzyr culture. Why don't I join you for a while, as gratitude along with this for the gold? He gives you an item some weird fan gave him. If you seek greater arts, you should see my play I have going on in Hazembe. Get 025 if unavailable.
Which is a skipping rope.
Okay. And 285, which is, I assume, Otendo. Can I have more than one companion?
Yes. I think it is unlimited number of companions.
A skipping rope.
All right, we are on to the last turn of the game, Saturday. So whoever had the budgie and the wolf.
I'm no longer disheartened.
I'm no longer shocked.
Yay, people aren't disheartened and shocked anymore.
Hooray, I can use my skills again.
And then we go back to Megan.
Alright, so my last one. I should probably start moving towards one of my goals. I'm just going to have a road encounter, though.
Somebody says the game looks interesting.
It is actually interesting. It's
Well,
not a great stream title.
Yeah,
We're-
I wouldn't.
Yeah. In hindsight, we'll do a little chat at the end.
Yeah.
Monday. Settlement. Grassland.
Mountain.
Mountain is 0310.
Oh, Shabaka. How's it going, Shabaka?
Hey, Shabaka.
Sorry, are we ready?
Yep. 0310.
Bring this back up. Image, no, window. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Become quite good at survival.
01
0310.
130.
No, 0310.
0310. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's all good. What a picturesque day it has been. No worries under the sun. That piece is broken by a bizarre scene of two unconscious folks lying on the side of the road, a lynx and a polecat. In strange poses, both are covered in marks of aggression. Should you wake them and ask for an exploration of prior events? Do you have an aroma tag?
No.
Thank good. Would you want an aroma? That could be perfume. Yeah.
Oh, a polecat.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. If they're unconscious, you have like the smelling salts.
Yeah. Wake up the lynx first, or the polecat first, or leave them lying there.
There's not really any difference between them. I'll wake up the lynx.
Feeling sorry for them, you kneel next to the lynx and shake her gently. With a moan, she wakes up, complaining about a headache. As soon as she comes to her senses, she jumps and stares at the polecat for a second, only to punch him straight to the face. Twice. Then she begins rummaging through the polecat's backpack. You try to ask her what's going on, but she refuses to answer.
Okay.
I feel you have chosen the wrong.
I had no indication.
Oh, I don't know
Fight the
about
lynx,
that.
medium fight, or snatch the backpack, easy pickpocket.
Yeah, this is great for me. I do have a bit of fight ability, so let's do fight.
And inner fire fight gets you a guaranteed success.
That's true. Yeah, I will fight.
Fighting medium.
So I get, I believe, just
You get 1 orange and 4 black.
Looking for swords.
There's a sword on a black.
Sword. I think I might reroll everything.
Yeah. 2 swords on the orange die.
And
I
you get a guaranteed,
2
right?
rerolls, and I get 1 guaranteed.
So you got 3 so far. 3.
So I get 3.
3?
No, I get 3 because of 1 from that.
To help the poor polecat, you jump on the lynx. She puts up an impressive fight despite being unconscious mere seconds ago, but you do finally beat her. Finding a rope from the backpack, you tie up the lynx before waking up the polecat. Similar to the lynx, he's a bit dozy until he realizes the situation.
He immediately punches the lynx.
In the face!
He's like, man, she punched me once, but boy, does that feel like I've been punched 3 times.
Polecat picks up his backpack. I'm Mundor, and she's my captain, Lanisha. She betrayed her country. It was up to me to protect our homeland, Gem said. I think these were the invaders. He checks his sack and holds up a pile of important-looking papers. If these attack plans had ended up in the wrong hands, who knows what could have transpired? It's my duty to keep these safe and expose my commanding officer. So thanks to you, a war did not begin today. Right? Gain a prestige. You get 185 and we place it in the global save slot.
Global save slot. All right.
It's an earth symbol if that's somewhere.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the back of this. What?
Return the drawn event.
So it'll come out in the next game.
So I have affected the world in some way.
Apparently,
Yeah.
089 goes back into the box.
These
Oh, into the
invasion plans.
box. So
Yep.
yes, because it can't happen again.
Back into the library. 089's down here.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Sorry, up there.
Sure, wait, no.
Alrighty, that was exciting.
Well, that was exciting.
All right, so just end scene, and then Keegan.
I will go to Hazembe and trigger 0094. I'm meeting these mercenaries. Have abducted my friend again.
0094.
I should have picked up
I'm also going to Hazembe.
one of those.
Sort of.
I was here.
Approaching the designated meeting spot at the outskirts of the city, you see a violet arm. Sorry, go ahead. I can't see that.
You see the Violet Arm mercenaries already in position, ready to storm the Vulture Gang's base. You would like to run away, like in the past, but this time it's different. There's a lot on the line. You see Garrow as well, observing the sizable building in the distance and the several guards posted at the main entrance. You ask if he has any obstructions. Go in and do things your way, the Gear Falcon says, smiling his wicked smile. Isn't that what you adventurers do? Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll move on your mark, Asela, he adds before turning away. Seems like another test. You turn to the building. How should you get in? You can unlock the side door, medium thief, or fight your way through, hard sword.
Unlock a side door, and I only roll 3 dice now.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's frozen like I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Um,
That's one. There's two. Do you have anything
do I
for
have any-
unlock?
I have a random reroll. And that is all.
Two. Hey, you got out of the 0 to 1. Rushing through head-on isn't your style, so you move to position at the side of the building. When the attack begins and the mercenaries engage the guards at the main entrance, you move to the now unguarded side door to enter quickly. The lock gives you some trouble, stopping you for a few precious minutes, but you get it open and slip inside. While the battle rages, you run through the base and come across a large hall in the back. You enter just in time to see the back door swing open as one of the vultures runs out. You recognize him from What Shun, and he's carrying an even more familiar tied-up hoopoe on his shoulder. Nara is being taken to the city. You can run after the vultures, medium survival, or you can follow the vulture from a distance, medium eyeball, which is your dark blue.
Yeah.
Do you have
I get
anything?
more
Do you have
dark.
anything for run or follow?
Yeah.
No. So I have a guaranteed success on tent.
But
I
rolling
roll
2 blues.
2, and I re-roll. Okay, I'll do the follow. 2 blue and a pink.
Looking for eyeballs. No.
Re-roll up to 2.
Yep, good
Up to
call.
1.
Wow.
Zero.
50% chance to get anything, and you get nothing. Try to keep an eye on the villain, but he keeps disappearing into Hazembe's streets out of your sight. You could barely keep up for a while and soon lose him completely. While frantically looking for him, you suddenly feel a hard blow and a numb pain spreading from the back of your head. As you succumb to the darkness, the last thing you hear is the vulture's gloating voice. Decided to come home after all, Asela? You come to your senses soon after, and the first thing you notice is that you're at the docks. The second is that you're now tied up as well. No need to struggle, your ticket's already booked. As your senses return to the usual sharpness, you see the villainous vulture again. Peering around, you also notice Nara behind him, frantically struggling against her bonds. With a start, you realize she's nearly free. What should you do? Distract the vulture or struggle against the ropes?
Struggle.
As the vulture notices Nara attempts and returns to subdue her, you seize the opportunity and struggle like never before against the restraints. Little by little, your thrashing manages to loosen them up enough to wiggle free. Wasting no time, you knock the distracted vulture out, help Nara up. You look back at the base where you see a violet arm banner raised triumphantly. You deliver this last runway to them in a bit. Runaway. Good work, Nara says. Her hood has fallen down in the struggle and she smiles at you. I wanted to make you my sidekick when we met, but you're meant to have your own adventures, aren't you? You nod, nearly falling over from exhaustion, but you still feel lighter than ever as Nara gives you a shoulder to lean on. Finally, new adventures await. You earn a prestige. You return friend in need. You get 055.
I have -1 movement now.
Oh my gosh! And you get 297 from the vault to the adventurer.
Oh, from the vault. I
Yes.
was gonna say there's no 297's not here. 297 from the vault. A new Nara.
Oh.
A hoodless Nara. All right. Cool.
So we have
Oh,
definitely
and friend,
learned.
is this going back or is this what I was supposed to give you? Friend
that
in
was
need.
part
Oh, this
3,
is
that's
done.
gone now.
Oh, yes. 223.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. So we've definitely learned that like when people are suffering from bad things, maybe we should help them.
Yeah.
Yes. But it takes so much to move there.
Yeah.
So
Like,
speaking of moving.
we should really try to be finding goals in common places.
Yeah.
Head to the mountain. I'm in Yezden. I am
You're
in
in
Yezden. 0092.
The sleek cliff before you is an imposing example of Galzyr's landscape of what you left behind. You now wonder if you should have never left at all. You've dedicated your life to adventure, but you still can't see and do everything. What if every secret found is another mist? Needing new perspective, you step forward towards the mountain and the wise polecat at the top. Stop! An old bowback marmot rushes rather slowly to block your way, adjusting his trousers over a round midsection before continuing. I saw that look of yours, upstart. This sacred peat belongs only to marmots like the famous Hyun. He points to himself and brandishes a staff at you. Famous. You might have missed a lot of interesting things about this place, but he's not one of them. You can fight the bowback marmot, medium sword, or you can convince him to stand down, medium communication.
Medium sword.
Wait.
Fight. No.
Do you want to use your
Oh, wait. No.
do you want to use your unfailing spirit since it's the last?
Did we look up what discard actually means? Discard, does it mean go back to the box? Or does discard just
Like
mean
the
flip
discard
over?
symbol.
No, it's just literally the word bold discard that has no keywords.
Discard.
Discarding. When a card gets discarded, return to the library.
Oh, okay.
Cards multiple effects which require discarding the card. Only one of those effects can be resolved. Discarding always refers to the card it's written on. Oh yeah, we did look it up when we were talking about our starter ability.
2
That's why I lost
yellows
mine when I
and a
had to-
pink.
But I think you get it back on the next.
Not if it goes to the library.
No, I mean at the start of the next
No,
session.
you only get what's in your.
This ability, I think we just
pouch.
got it.
I need a black, please. All right, here we go.
Looking for swords.
Survival, first aid, lucky, intimidate, recall, climb, sneak, unlock, observe. No fight. No fight.
Choose a special ability that you can use once in each game. Unclear what.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Each game.
Sadness. No rerolls.
So is there a?
Nope. Not
That's
for
a
fighting.
0. You're about to get wrecked by that marmot.
You attempt to move past the marmot by force. However, he moves with surprising agility as he catches you off guard and strikes you down with a mighty blow from his staff. Looks like Hyun was worried for nothing, he says, regarding your prone form from above. You couldn't reach too high with skills like that. The famous Hyun stands tallest still. Time for some frosted mountain cake to celebrate. He walks off with confidence in his step, whistling a happy tune as he goes. You pull yourself back up and brush the dust off your fur. There have been setbacks on the way, but it's not over yet. You can still persevere.
I still have one eye left.
Finally done with the marmot, you turn back to the cliff and the climb ahead of you. It wouldn't be an easy ascent by any means, perhaps even the hardest you've done so far. However, something in the marmot's words and demeanor makes you wonder if there's another way to the top. Climb the cliff, hard survival, or observe the mountain for another passage, medium eyeball.
Oh, I do have observe out the wazoo. I have observe here and observe here. 2 automatic successes for observe.
Dang.
Yeah.
So observe would be a single pink
And 4
and
black.
4 blacks.
But 2 successes and it's only a medium check.
And this observe over here gives me 2 rerolls. Reroll up to 2 dice. All right, looking for
Eyeballs.
eyeballs.
Full reroll.
my complete reroll.
That would have been a great thievery check, though.
I know, right?
Got 2
I
eyeballs.
see 2 eyeballs. That would get you 4 successes.
And then I get a reroll of 2 dice, hopefully for some more. No, 4 successes.
For medium, that should be good.
Yeah. Going around the mountain, you immediately notice an anomaly among the stone. Hidden in the shade and uneven rock, but no match for your skill and expertise, an unnatural, likely marmot-made path snakes up the cliff. You rise up the steady steps in a hurry, but the ascent is still long, and when you finally reach the peak, your triumph is greeted by howling winds alone. There is no one here, only desolate stone. You stand there and you're lonesome. No old marmots or other challengers in sight, but no wise polecats either. Despite your victory, you're still left with your thoughts about your life and your adventures. You pull out some of the stone pendant you've been carrying. The scenery in it is much like the one before you, as you turn over in your paws and think. How can you live with no regrets if even with all your effort, there's so much more to see and experience or miss? What is the answer? What should you do from here on? Do you try even harder or relax a bit?
You meditate or you...
You aren't trying hard enough, Walker.
Yeah.
You hurry back down the mountain, not only to waste even a second more up here that could be spent adventuring. That is your answer. You'll make sure there's absolutely nothing more you could have done. Everything else and whatever you might miss won't be worth your time. Any doubts you've had only feed the flames now, as the fire within you burns brighter than ever, lighting a new path for you in Galzyr. This place too has now changed, because now their champion is back, better than ever. You'll make sure everyone remembers that. You get a prestige. You get 166 from the library.
Which is champion.
If unavailable from another... Okay. Return buried secrets, 219 from the adventurer to the library. Give 061 from the library to the adventurer, which sounds like a stats card.
061.
Yes.
Yes, that is a status card of some silliness. Inner Fire.
Nice.
You also now have inner fire.
Champion 219 goes back.
This guy looks like fire.
All right, Jimbo.
Well, yours is not as time bound. Mine's time bound.
I moved my arm as he was jumping.
Friday, no. Settlement, Grassland Forest, Hill, 0159.
0159. Does the library have 285 available?
I don't think so. I think someone else already... Oh, I have it right in front of me.
So
no.
no.
Navigating the hills in the winter is not easy. You see a theater tent set up, thinking it's odd that the troupe would be having a show at a time when so few audiences are likely to turn up. At the front of the tent, a bunch of bundled up animal folks are handing out what you think are advertisements for a show. As you get closer, you realize they're actually missing posters. Please let us know if you've seen our calves, pleads a worried zebra finch as she hands you a poster with a picture of a young calico cat wearing an eye patch. It's so cold out here, and no one has been able to find her since this morning. She's such a stubborn daughter. If she got lost, she might think she can find her way. Do you have the snack tag? No, I do not have the snack tag. I will explore the area for Kaz. Medium survival. So I get 2 green and 3 black, please. And a whole ton of explore stuff.
I am supreme.
Sweet. You're a
I
champion.
can reroll up to
For the
3
next
dice.
for the next session. And then it must go away.
I'm amazed you scooped that up in your paw.
His claws are helping.
What did he get? What did he get?
Good at 10.
Nice.
Pretty good.
So that was the 3 rerolls. I can convert. I can reroll a die. I convert 1 book to into a convert 1 book into a success. That's 2 successes. I can reroll up to 2 more dice. 3 successes, 4 successes, 5 successes. You start your inquiry around the troop's tent, exploring the search area vastly until you spot paw prints. You follow the tracks, which end right next to a bridge across the river. A little calico head with an eye patch pokes out from under the bridge, mud flecks on her ears hanging from the supports by her legs. You explain that the whole troop is looking for her. I was chasing butterflies, she explains as you both walk back, and then I fell. and I had to clean my ears for the performance. Oh, the performance, she shouts, running ahead of you. By the time you arrive back at the tent, she's already in full makeup, ready for the show to go on, but gives you a well-loved toy as token of thanks. You get a prestige. I get 0 to 8. Although I don't have... What happens if I don't have room for an item?
Then you have to throw one away.
Okay. A plush toy parrot.
And is that it?
Yes, an end of scene.
I mean, yes, also end of game. If
So
we're
it
going
is.
5 rounds.
But then we go to... nope, not that. Harmony. Here we go. Now we put in 200 and see what happens. I have no idea what this is going to do. No, not 200.
0 to 100.
0, 200.
After all the excitement, challenges, and adventure, it is time to unwind for a moment, reflect on your travels. How many adventurers were there in the game? How many of you have an isolated tag?
I do not.
I do not.
None.
You 4 adventurers cross paths outside an inn. You all discuss how wonderful it would be to swap stories and drink to your recent escapades. This inn seems as good a place as any. It is packed and the folks inside are playing music and dancing feverishly. Seems like the kind of fun you all want to get in on. When you all enter, the guests inside pause a moment to look at you. If you agree, you can collectively pay and throw a party. You may also trade gold and items during this scene. Throwing a party would collectively cost us 20 gold.
That's a lot.
It's only 5 each.
I only have 7.
I've only got 4. So
Oh, I have 10.
if you rich people want to pay more to throw a party, we
Should
can
we
do
just
that.
spend $20 to have a party?
I don't know what people think.
I don't think it's worth it. It's going to be like most of
No.
the party gold. What do
All
you
right,
do,
party
Walker?
loan then. Party loan.
I mean, like you two, if you two alone spent it, that would
Like,
be
I'm happy to pay my last 4.
there would be 11 left over collectively if we buy a party.
There's not much gold.
no. All right. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Whatever you think.
I think we should celebrate alone. I don't.
All right.
But if you
Celebrating alone.
if you 2 rich guys decide you want to throw a party, I will throw my money in. With
You may also trade gold. Oh, and items during. Oh, we trade gold and items. I see.
Yeah.
If we wanted to trade items, gotcha. Celebrate alone.
How much prestige did we get in total?
22.
21 to 27.
Entering in, a few folks keep their stares fixed on you while you seat yourselves in order. You can overhear onlookers whisper at each other about the few things they've heard about your lot. A few small groups of folks orbit about you, and you list off a trail of secondhand accounts that at least mention each of you once. Among the adventurers, you share a smug feeling that you now are certifiably above the common folk, reaching some minor fame. It may not be much now, but it means you're all on the right track to becoming ageless legends. You are well known. End of game. Remove all timer tokens from the board without resolving their timed effects. So I assume that means you're keeping anything that you have timed,
Correct.
which is not good for Keegan.
Well, it's not good for the bird.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
We're going to solve all save effects on the adventurer boards and cards in play. So adventurer boards, items, companions, adventurer statuses, local statuses, global statuses, and locations.
I don't think I have any save effects listed. Oh, my save effect is take 000 from the library. Bird 000,
Oh, I don't keep this.
which I already have. So.
Also, startup, you do get that skill back.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't
So I
be
should have
granted.
rolled that at the
You
end.
can't.
Yeah, but it says so. Resolve all save. Oh, save effects. I don't have. None of these have save effects.
Save effect is that symbol.
Right.
I get
It's
all of
on your.
Oh yeah, take
So you
yeah
get
take
your
you
discard
get your
card
discard
back.
back. Yeah.
I'll take all of the lizards cards.
Right. Lizard should get their 000 back. It's gone back in the.
Yes, I put it. It should be somewhere in the 000 pile.
Or did someone use theirs?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Megan used it.
I couldn't use.
Back into Moore's pile. All right. Then who's
Yeah,
next?
glitz for game. You might
Keegan's.
as well.
Yeah.
Then Jimbo. Oh yes,
I was
Jimbo's.
worrying like what should
All right.
be saving us for
Does
this.
that have the next step? Does do you want to play another game? No. Did we do everything there? Global. Oh, this is global stuff, so I need these. And this and the 3 quests that were left.
Do you need this?
Yep, September. Oh wait, it has an end effect. What is
Replace this card with 010. Presumably it'll be November.
that? 010. It is October, yes.
Oh yeah, October. Sure. Forgot about it.
And that goes in the
October went fast
global.
this year.
It really did.
Are there any other cards? I missed one last time. Yes, I did. All right. And that one. All of the
November's
cards.
also going fast.
All right. So that goes into global.
No, it's not.
And then I click on no. We're definitely not going to play again.
Place the cards each adventurer has in quests, items, companions, adventure statuses. Place all remaining cards in the global slave slot. Quests, local statuses, global statuses, the event. So here's the event.
Oh, that has to go in the global. Yep.
Pack all components in the game box, making sure not to adjust gold dials, etc., 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 etc.
All right. Saving is complete. That's cool. Tells it, shows you, goes through the steps of saving it. That was
That's
all right.
good, yeah.
Finish game.
I like it. It's fun.
All right. Let's go back one
Yeah,
second
I
before
don't
we
know
start up.
if this
Get
is the
rid of
best
this.
setting for it, but yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
I don't know if I would ever play it with 4.
I don't know that I'd
For-
ever play
for-
with 3.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think 2 or solo.
I would play this solo, I think, is
I
probably
think,
the
I
only
think
way I
2
would
is
play
probably good if you're wanting to do companion stuff.
it. Yeah.
Because you could do
Or-
2 and then just stay together. That
Honestly,
way,
I think even 4 if you're going to do companion stuff, because like, but again,
That's
it
true.
depends on setting, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're all very dedicated around the table, but like in 4, for example, like if I'm
Sure.
playing it with Doug, 2 people who aren't taking their turns can easily get up, get a drink, use the washer,
I
whatever,
suppose, yeah.
while the 2 who stay together are doing their own things.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like if you're doing it like as a family, sort of enjoying the story, doesn't really matter necessarily that you aren't doing things all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It is much more story focused, which for if you're hardcore mechanics focused is going to be.
Yeah, it's basically just like a point and click almost, and then you roll dice based on your, like,
Yes.
not really any,
Game.
yes, no, not really strategy involved. It's
I mean,
more of
like,
just like,
I don't agree. I think there's
there's-
much more game than you're giving it credit
Yeah,
for.
like there's decisions to be
Like
made.
for me at least, I was choosing skills based on my item cards and such, so there was a strategy involved for sure.
yeah, but there's always pretty much an optimal one. At least there was for me.
Yeah,
Like, I can take
it,
the one that'll give me like much better odds for.
semi-flow charters, right? You know, do you want to roll your best dice? You're
Okay,
gonna pick
but
that.
yeah, you can break literally every
No,
game
not-
down to that.
yeah, but
I
there'd
do
be-
the thing
but
that
it'd
is
be a
the
lot-
best for me on this turn.
Yeah.
Like when
Well,
you
a
break
lot
it
of- a
down
lot
that
of games
far,
when you're
all
planning like
games.
4 or 5 turns
Like,
in
it's-
advance, though.
like there's not like
Admittedly, you
they're
cannot
not
plan.
especially crunchy
plan-
mechanics, but it's like it's a perfectly
Yeah,
the
you
thing with
admittedly
this
cannot
game
plan
too,
any
though-
turns in advance, which is going to frustrate some people.
The other thing is that like nothing anybody else did had any bearing on what I was doing. I could have just run
Admittedly.
through all
Yeah.
of that by myself.
And I think part of that was because we weren't like. I would be interested to see how it works competitively. Like
It's the
if it's
same-
less
the same
take
thing.
that
It's the same
or
thing,
if
It's
but
it's-
the
you're
same thing. Like I would
the
have won.
person with the most prestige
Yeah.
wins.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Shabak. Shabak
Yeah,
said
I
he's great
think-
to see us again. His free time lines up with our free time, which he's happy about.
Yeah, that's excellent.
I think, yeah, like if we're gonna be doing a campaign of this with 4 people, we maybe want to be picking, because there's other decisions to be made in terms of like, oh, I could pick up like, if I'd remembered, I could have looked here and see what the notice boards were about.
That was the other thing. I mean, we all mostly blitzed through our class adventures.
Yeah.
And for some of those tests, I got the impression that they kind of expect you to pick up other quests and interact with the
Yeah.
locations on the board.
Well, not with the time that we had, though,
Well,
right?
well,
I just
but-
finished mine the last
Well,
turn.
again, like
But that's- again, if you're-
True.
we're doing like a lot of
Yeah.
this, then
It's not meant to be done like this. It's not
Yeah.
meant to be done as a one-off.
True,
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, I'd say like the setting that we played it in was not optimal, but
No.
I think I liked it.
No, I am definitely going to go back to it solo, probably.
Yeah, like be good solo, be good like 2-player if you're like any sort of multiplayer if you're picking things that are going to take you on the same path.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be nice if the app had more legacy elements, you know what I mean, like saved and changed, and you know what I mean, like change the story. But then it wouldn't have this. I'm going to try this character and advance it a little bit more. Thing because you'd have to have a saved game. It says seemed odd to see such an adventure-esque campaign game in a very MP solitaire style. I agree with the solo 2-player sentiment. Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I
It
think-
does. It like it does have a multiplayer solitaire feel to it.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, and I think there isn't like a I mean, I guess the benefit to having more than 2 players in terms of assisting is that if you're constantly going to the same places, well, someone's moving first, so it's this person who moves second who's going to get all the assistance.
Yeah.
The downtime was brutal for me, at least.
Yes. At
And
this point.
the status effects seem.
Punishing.
It's
Yeah,
not even.
hey,
It's,
that's
it's not
fine.
even the punishing. It's that they take so long to resolve.
Yeah.
That seems not.
Well,
I can
and
work
again,
around
well,
mine easily enough.
And
Just
again, yeah, the
the
time to
times that
resolve was.
the times that I got a negative thing, or at least the first time, also I got something that kind of buffed or gave me some guaranteed successes in a different thing. So I
Yeah.
just worked
And
something
can
out.
anyone?
Just rolling to only 3 dice. I
With solo, you play like 20.
No.
20
Solo, you play 8.
No, well, they're really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure this out, because it makes me think that we're doing something wrong.
But
But I went over
It
things
might, if you
multiple
play a
times.
second game, if you immediately say,
Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh,
play a
true.
second game.
Wait. You can start on
You
Sunday.
start on Sunday.
Yeah.
yeah,
Then it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then, but still, then,
Yeah.
why would you need?
well, again, if you play back to back, you might end up circling. You might end up flowing.
There might be
Like-
some things that come up too that
Like
would.
it might be when we start, it's going to be Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That would be the change. And then I guess you'd still want to
And there's the averages
for hard, medium, easy.
for difficulties.
So we had one person that you came up once for you that you're allowed to change your skill.
Yes.
So that was kind of interesting as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was meant to be a modernized version of Tales of the Arabian Nights. I have not played that.
Me neither.
Yeah, nor have I.
I don't think I played it either.
There was also a simulated voice we could have had read it to us, but it is computery.
Yeah, there's.
I tried it a little bit, but it is very.
How,
It is,
quick, how quick is it?
what's that?
How quick is it? Would it have been faster than you and I reading it?
I don't
Probably
know.
not.
With this much reading as well, like that's a lot of the downtime, right? Like.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like a lot of the
You're just
downtime
reading story.
is the reading, and if you don't like a story style game, then don't
I don't
play
mind.
this.
I don't mind story style. It's just like I would like the story to
Well-
impact like.
Well,
for-
also
for,
like there's
detective or
our
something,
stories
right?
don't impact you.
And you can
Yeah.
scroll through the numbers if you want instead of typing it in, which I have no idea.
Am I glad to see you? Farine the stump-tailed chameleon greets as you arrive at
Standard
Maratu.
Yeah.
text to speech.
The Grand Destination's construction site is engulfed in
It's
chaos.
not.
It's not gonna be any
Workers
faster.
are few
Yeah.
and are struggling to cut down the amount of creativity.
Do you have the magnetic tag? Dun dun dun.
They are made of metal.
1,000 tiny spikes across the ground.
Nothing
means if
gets
you have
saved.
armor, you're
Oh, I see. It
magnetic.
just means you're.
At least you're not magnetic. You are track magnets.
Yeah, I really enjoyed like my solo play last night. This
Yeah.
was terrible. Like I did enjoy the story and how further I got and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
watching.
Sorry, John. None of us have apparently played Tales of Arabian Nights, so we can't answer the question.
Oh, that should have been in. Oh yeah, there's more stuff. Do we need more? Oh, no, there's a bag there. We need a large bag for whatever. No, there's a good bag for the dice. This bag. Oh wait, I didn't look up the Kickstarter. There's 2 characters in the book, and we don't have them. And so this was a review copy. Should have said that at the beginning. Sorry. Review copy, and it was obviously Kickstarter or Game Found, and maybe one of the stretch goals was the extra characters, and I can't believe they sent us an incomplete game. I'm very upset.
If you have the choosing beggar trait.
But it was what? It was like a tiger and a
It looked like a saber-toothed tiger and a pair of other animals.
and a little duo team. And yeah. And that's that. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I would like to thank you guys for playing. There is a very good chance that we will be playing Frostpunk next Saturday.
Neat.
So be ready for that. It is a giant Kickstarter. It's the last. John says the extra characters in a future expansion. Okay, well that's good. I'm definitely going to be picking that up then. Yeah, I would recommend this for 1 to 2 players for sure. And I'm wondering if, like you said, in a family setting, I'm just wondering if the kids get involved enough in the story, that would keep them. But otherwise,
Well, yeah, it depends if they wanted to hear
You-
the story or not.
yeah, you definitely have to. And that's the story I was talking to Jimbo about it. You know, a lot of story with very little payout. It's like I don't know. It's like a role playing thing that I was trying to get to.
And it depends what kind of if you have hardcore gamers who have kids, the kids probably are into gaming in some degree. So they're maybe want something a bit more. But like, if kids don't always want a lot of decision making in games.
Yeah, I was thinking that a lot of these board games are trying to be role-playing games, and they give you this vast story, but then you don't get the choices that you would in a role-playing game.
Yeah.
You know, they limit you to, like we said, you know, here's your two choices. So maybe a little sometimes too much story for the choices that you get. All right, so I'm looking up a raid right now. Sure, Dice Masters versus Cancer
Are you
222.
taking the Arcade Rising pack?
Yeah.
Breath Weapon X. So sorry if they are crass or rude. I do not know this channel. It's Breath Weapon X. They're playing Dice Masters. Copy back to our channel because they didn't give us a good way.
I think Scott was interested in trying it.
When will someone see Jeremy next?
I see. Well, Tuesday probably,
Yeah.
unless he plays.
He's not coming Tuesday.
Oh, okay, then.
At least that's what his last word
Wednesday.
And
was.
Wednesday, yeah.
Ow! Nope, my foot is not
Alright.
for attacking.
He was supposed to take that. He was supposed to take Anno 1800 though. That's all I was getting at. All right.
Oh, okay.
We are so very wrong about games. We are here every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We also played yesterday. We played Weather Machine. We pop in sometimes on other days, but definitely every Saturday. Like I said, next week, Steampunk. Check us out. Click on the links, podcasts, stuff, merch. Thank you for watching. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Peace!
Should I take that to Jeremy? Or should I take that home? Or will you see it?
No, I
before
might see him
Wednesday?
before.